You met up with a guy that's actually from the Ogden Trust who kind of is trying to root out corruption or things like that. And he went off with Ginra to talk about that with them. You were found to be free of any wrongdoing. You didn't totally trust this guy who kind of wanted to talk to Yenra in the next coming days, but didn't really have a choice beyond being arrested, and you had more pressing things. With that, you all headed back to your keep at Harrow Hall, and with Yinra in tow, she gave you kind of the bigger lowdown on what your task is going to be. Um, she told you that her research in espionage has led her to believe that a group named the Children of Malice, as they call themselves, are searching for Kord's Thunder Spearhead, thought to have been lost in the Underdark below the Jorhassian capital of Rosanna after his defeat of Lolth, the Spider Queen, about 800 years ago. Weirdly, though, the location they thought it was seems to have disappeared from under the city, leaving a giant, miles-wide hole that seems to be carved out perfectly as if by magic. She had some discussions with a wizardly friend. She believes it is very possible that this place, this piece of the world transplanted to the newly settled island of Rumblecusp, which has many strange planar rifts and locations that don't quite belong there. She provides you with a use of a scroll to get to Nicodranus, cashing in a favor with an archmage that resides there. With your final preparations you made here, you gathered and Carrick cast a spell. As you landed in a large circular room seconds later, Carrick immediately disappeared, leaving a small amount of snow in his stead. Did I forget anything?
Sounds right to me.
Yep.
Yeah, we were not gonna figure that out.
Yep. So, before I guess we start, all of your people for the your mercenary business have returned and have been rested. So you are kind of in a place where you can roll for new jobs if you want to. So with that, before you had left, the group that had come in from Diastock had a message from the gentleman saying that they have another job for you. If you want, it's a lot more simple than the last one. They need an escort up and back to Pride's Call for pickup of a specialty item that will probably need to also then stay off the roads upon return, as it is slightly illegal contraband. So that's one of your jobs. You guys can roll your 1d4 for the other number of jobs that are available. Just want to set these up. There are 4 other jobs. And so for each of these jobs, roll 1d20 plus 5 now because your notoriety has gone up. The quality of job you are getting is getting better. So that's from how well you did in the Diastock job. You got that. So yeah, just roll. Roll a d20 4 times, add with plus 5 to it.
I'll just do that.
So an 8, a 6, a 22, and an 18. Or 23 and an 18. So you have 2 very poor paying jobs that would be able to be done very quickly. You have one very lucrative job that will probably it'll pay a lot, might take a little bit more, and then you have just a just well-paying job. So, and that's to go with the job from the gentleman. Will pay 750 gold pieces. The low end jobs are only going to pay 50 to 100, and the good job is going to pay 1,000 gold. And then your last one, roll 1d6 plus 1. So that one will pay about 1,300 gold. So those are the outstanding jobs. You have all of your resources. You can split up the groups. You have the outsiders, which when all together get a +5 to the job. The farmhands get a +3 when all together. And if you send the guards out, they can get a +1, but they can only take the shitty jobs. So take what you guys want to do with these people.
Good job. From hands the 3. Or yeah. How many groups do we have? We have 3 groups.
You have 2 groups. The outcasts and the farmhands, and then you have about 3 guards that you could send out to do things.
Right. Outcasts on the 18, farmhands on the 3. That sounds good.
Farmhands on the which one?
The 3-er, the 3 job, the shitty one, the second to shittiest.
Second to shittiest, the one that's worth 100 gold.
They're just doing some. It's a coffee run.
Like it'd be like going out and clearing out some wolves from a person's farm.
It's an internship. They're going to clear out the wolves to get us coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys want to, you guys can dispatch however you feel. So, just reminder, there was also the incredibly good, well-paying job, but it will take a longer amount of time. So
that sounds good. Yeah, that one. Is it dangerous?
They all have some level of danger to them. It's like a lot of them are in this group, like escorting, even just going out and killing wolves in someone's backyard has some level of danger to it. Like the highest paying one is actually an escort up to the up to somewhere close by the front lines. It's kind of there needs to be a delivery, but so you might be going through very hostile territory as the war has been fighting there. So there's having to get your way through without being stopped or things like that. And also you could run into roving spies of the Empire like you guys have. So kind of a more covert operation that they don't totally have time or the resources to pay for from the actual King's Hall in Zadash. It's more of, hey, we're hiring mercenaries to get some of this work done because we just don't have the manpower. So
let's just add 2 guards to that one then.
Guards, 2 totally expendable guys.
Yep.
No, yeah, you just tell me who's going on what, or people can just stay.
I mean, I think it makes sense to send. Is there a maximum number of people per job? Like, we'd only send like a 5-party.
I'd say so. The outsiders is a group of 5. The farmhands are a group of 3 or of 4. You can split them up amongst each other, but it's probably you're only going to send 5 at top 6 on one of these jobs.
Yeah, I would think that the 18, the high-paying one, we probably just send all 5 outsiders. Yeah,
Yep.
what does everybody else think?
Yeah.
Cool.
If that's
Yep.
it, then for them going on that job, roll d20. Oh yeah, I like that suggestion, Jake. So who wants to be in charge of this one?
Chris, because he's already rolling.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't want to spin our wheels on it
Yeah.
on this because we'd be here for another 40 minutes talking about what job are we gonna do.
Yep, that's fine for me.
So
So yeah,
next time we'll just I'll go with TJ, whatever. That would
that's
just get
great.
quicker.
I like that. Yeah, so go ahead and if the outsiders are going, roll a d20 plus 5 plus 1. Oops. Okay, they crush it. They absolutely crush it. You get 1.5 times the pay. So add to the coffers of your business. What's half of 1,300?
750.
Yeah.
No, 650.
No. 650. So add 1950 gold, and you can choose that it goes faster, a reputation bonus, or artifacts are found.
Just reputation. Yeah, we're all attuned. We're all.
Okay. So you continually are showing that even though a brand new mercenary guild, you get shit done well. Okay. So that's that. They're going off on their mission. They will be back in about 2 to 3 weeks, and then probably 2 weeks. And then for your other one, the farmhands are going on which of the
It's another D20.
Yep, it's another d20, 16 plus 3, a 19. So on 19, you get 1.5 pay for, are they going on the 18 job? So with that, you'd make another 1,500 gold from their job, but they are also gone for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So
So
So,
the
money being made.
sheet, is that the right one? The tab.
Yep, I think there's the tab on the Excel document.
So that was 1,600.
1,500 for one of them, and then the other one was 1,950. So, with that, I think we are good with housekeeping things. Yeah. So, as we said before, landing in the middle of this circle, you're all standing there looking around. Teleporting is kind of a jarring way to travel, and you suddenly look and see a poof of snow that lands on the ground, almost like a human version of, or a snow version of Carrick that just collapses. And Carrick, you have see yourself not in the room that you were in momentarily, but instead in a dark alleyway. Wait a second, let me get the correct notes up.
A dark alley.
A dark alley, very sandy or very snowy. It's frigidly night cold. And looking around, you see small buildings, but many of them out in front. But although dark, you can see torchlight ahead and hear the cries and clangs of battle. What do you do?
And my earmuffs are on for sure.
Yep, you immediately put your earmuffs on.
Ugh. 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 So I'm in an alley. I hear the battle in front of me.
Yeah, you see like torches and like almost like a big bonfire out maybe like 200 feet ahead of you, seemingly going into some sort of town square. You can make a perception check to try and put together where you might be.
Sorry, what?
Like you can do a perception check if you want to figure out where you are, but
Okay. Yeah, sure.
okay. With an 11, you don't know quite what city, but you know that you're in one of the larger cities of Icewind Dale. So probably East Haven or Bryn Shander. But
Okay. So there is battle in front of me. What's behind me?
it looks it's a dark alley between some streets, like maybe like 3 houses deep of this alley, going back behind you.
Okay. I guess I cautiously go figure out what's going on in front of me.
Okay. Do you want to sneak up there, or are you trying to
Yeah. Let's
rush
let's
in?
see.
So yeah, make a stealth check. You are silent, crouching up, walking up there. As you get closer, and the sounds of this battle gets louder as you're kind of exiting the main part of this alley that was muffling the noise. And up ahead, upon entering the square, you see a pitched battle between a bunch of dwarves that are all pale white, long whitish beards. Some they're definitely dwarves, but some are standing 8 feet tallish. And next to in also landed, almost crushing one of the buildings, is that same dragon that had attacked you the last time that you were here, although it is looking much worse for wear. One of it's on the ground. One of its wings is busted, like not like torn off, bleeding, but just like almost like crumpled, like as if like a car in a car wreck. Um, but it is still fighting. Um, you would notice as you are able to creep up, though, that you see that same amount of white light charging up in its neck as if it's about to breathe its radiant breath that had hit you multiple times the last time you were here.
Do I look like I'm in the path of where that's about to go? Right.
You have no clue if it's going to
back
be
to the alley.
waving. Yes, you can step back to the alley as it does that.
Yeah.
It seems that it's taking a moment, so you kind of have a chance to react. You can also from your just like general viewpoint, it seems that this battle is very much at a tipping point. Many guards are down, but many are fighting. You can see one group of 5 nearby battling incredibly heroically.
Do I have any reason to do I have any feeling for like who the sides are in this battle? Is this just like just generic chaos?
Make an old history check. Or make a history check from what you would have remembered from back growing up in this area. Yeah, the 21, you kind of like with the little glimpses you've seen, put together that one, this dragon is a construct, probably built by something, and the only people that make sense to have built it are the Druigar, which are a faction of dwarves that live in the south of the Icewind Dale, and it seems that they have, at least what you would intuit, have decided during all of the all of the chaos of this eternal winter have decided to kind of go out and conquer the rest of Icewood Dale instead of being stuck in their keeps in the mountains.
I see.
So,
And it seems like I'm possibly tied to this construct somehow, maybe. Is that what I'm, is that a reasonable
you
assumption?
just
Or is that using-
seemingly happen to appear wherever it's around.
Yeah. Okay. The people battling heroically, are these defenders of the town or are these the dwarves?
These are the defenders of the town. Make another
Okay.
perception check as you're looking at as you're surveying this scene.
Yeah.
With a 12, you notice that they seem like a very similar adventuring party to you. Especially one person looks very familiar to you. It's almost as if it's a younger version of Thel.
Like, it's like a younger version of Thel, or I think that I'm in the past.
Like a younger version of Thel. You do not think you're in the past.
Okay.
You can make it looks like a younger version of Thel.
Okay. Man, am I joining this battle, I guess? I don't know.
Totally up to you.
It's kind of hard to. So here's my thought process. If I feel like I can, if I have what's the word? Strategic advantage because I'm like unnoticed in the alleyway and can like come in blasting, like add a little bit of aid without putting myself into a crazy situation, then I probably would.
Because of that 17, you would definitely be. You would be something crazy coming in at this point.
All right. So anyway, I started blasting.
Okay. What do you do, and who to? There's a bunch of these dwarves around. There's the dragon seemingly charging its breath. There is one dwarf that is larger than all of the others and seems to have like a silver pointed crown on it.
Does this adventuring party seem like they need some help? Or are they like surrounded? Like, tell me about what's attacking them right now.
It seems like they are not surrounded. They are trying to get to the dragon before whatever happens.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can I counterspell the dragon? Well, okay. I guess I have to ask this. So I have. We didn't rest recently, did we? I'm like looking at what I have.
You're completely fresh right now.
I'm fresh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since your
Can I
last fight,
counter-
it's technically been 3 days since your last battle.
Okay. Okay. Good. And I counterspell the dragon.
You can make an Arcana check to know if you can counterspell the dragon.
Okay. Thank you.
You don't know if you can counterspell the dragon.
Damn it.
You think it's a 50-50 shot.
I roll that dice. We're gonna try to counterspell the dragon.
So you release this magic thinking like, okay, as it comes out, I'm going to blast it away. And then in the back of your head, you just go, this isn't a magic thing that it's doing. You look like this is a big robot, essentially, that is using some sort of internal mechanisms to create this. And just as you release the spell, you go, this isn't going to work. And the beam shoots out across the ground, taking out this one quarter of a building, not doing a ton of damage to the groups. The adventuring party is able to dodge mostly. One of them is taken down, but a couple guards are caught, and a couple of the dwarves. It seems that this dragon might be in a fight, like just trying to survive mode. So that is the end of your turn. As that happens, the adventuring party comes up and cuts down two of the one that kind of looks like Thel with a large sword on its back, cuts down one of the dwarves and is approaching even closer to the dragon. Other one with two that are shooting arrows from behind are taking out some of the giant dwarves, and it'll return back to your turn. You're still probably pretty hidden because your spell did not cause anything to let people notice you. So
Okay.
back to you.
Okay. So from like a picking a spell perspective, it's kind of hard with a battle like this in Theater of the Mind because a lot of it is like positional, right? Um, the I'm trying to decide between just straight up attacking the dragon, but if I feel like there is a particularly advantageous grouping of dwarves, I might do some sort of area effect on them instead.
From this way out and with how it's lit, you probably can't discern that.
Probably can't tell.
No.
Okay, then I'll probably just attack the dragon.
Okay.
Can I use disintegrate?
Yes, you can use disintegrate. So that is a dexterity saving throw for the dragon.
Yeah.
And your DC is 17.
Yeah.
One second. Should have brought up this guy's character sheet. Okay, this guy needs a 17 on the dice to survive this, or to not be hit by this. And that's a 10, so you weave this small little beam of green energy that fires out this as that neck piece is once again starting to try to charge up this beam attack, and it strikes straight through it, exposing and disintegrating for about 10 feet of its neck, the insides where those beams of light start pouring out through. Go ahead and roll damage.
I did. 76.
Jesus Christ. That's so many dice. The plus 40 is just wild.
It's so wild.
10d6 plus 40. You can roll.
It cuts through. And as you do that, I will have you roll another d20 plus 5. No, it'd be plus 7.
Oh,
So 15. It's not quite enough, but the adventuring party seeing this gap and seeing it going there, the young Fell is rushing up and is able to climb up onto the back and is starting to hack at this now mostly exposed neck of the dragon. But it seems that the armor is still defending as he tries to hack through. Seeing this, though, a lot of the dwarves stop and seem to be put in a situation of they might be fleeing. Although now you are exposed.
Yep.
So, with that comes back to your turn again. The dragon is ripping at the thing on its back. We'll see if it can. The dragon's rolling real bad. Dragon is completely at a loss. Its wings broken. It can't flee. So what do you do? The dwarves are being beaten off now. The town guards and that are are people laughing that I said beaten off?
I think it's because it prefaced with the dwarves.
Dwarves are beaten off. Okay, yes, the dwarves are being beaten off. There's no good way to say are being repelled by the town guard and this adventuring group that seems to be rallying them at this time. The one that had been dropped had been seemingly like revived by some magic of one of them, and they are continuing to push off the dwarven assault while this one other of their group is single-handedly trying to finish off the dragon. What do you do?
Is any of the dwarves, like, is the big dwarf with the helmet, is he still like in the battle? Does it seem like he's posing a threat at the moment?
He is still in the fight, and doesn't seem to be quite fleeing like the other one. So those are kind of your two big targets. They're probably within about 40 feet of each other.
The dragon and the big dude are within 40 feet of each other?
Yeah. Or just make an intelligence check to see if you would have to try and see if they're like still trying to spatially do this while it's dark and just firelight. So yeah, they could be 40, they could be 80. You don't totally know.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna fireball the big dwarf.
Fireball the big dwarf.
Fireball the big dwarf. If let's see, what is this? Yeah, it's only a 20-foot radius sphere. So I would assume from that it's not gonna hit the one party, though it may hit other town people.
No, you can put it up in here. This dwarf is standing 8 to 10 feet tall, so you could angle it up in the air to where just catch the top of his head.
Sure.
In the face.
Also a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, 1 second. I get to his stat block. There he is. You would remember from your history check earlier that this is Zardorok Sunblight, King of the Dwyrgar of Icewind Dale.
Oh, King gonna get blasted.
This is a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
That is a failure on his point. You see that he's about to dodge out of the way, but one of the adventuring party, now noticing that someone is helping from the distance, sees him trying to dodge out of the way and like casts this spell that almost locks him in place for a second, returns him back to his place where he tries to dodge again and it's too slow. And go ahead and roll damage 28. Roll a. This will be a luck check because I didn't give these people HP on a 15 or higher, just DC 20 roll. this is enough to kill him.
We'll just roll a d20.
Yep. 2. It is not. He is still alive. It seems that his pawns have been mostly taking a lot of the damage, but he is definitely now scared as he is being attacked by the darkness at this point. Next is the kid on the neck of the dragon. Roll one more d20 plus 7.
19.
19. With that 19, you see that the kid has just been hacking and hacking and hacking, and these chips of this black, like crystal-like metal are just chipping off. And then finally, like just as you feel your stomach start to turn, as if you aren't going to be here much longer, you watch as the kid drives down their sword, like kind of cranks it as they jump off, and the neck of the dragon flies up into the air, hits the ground, and that's the last thing you see as you disappear and return face or make a dexterity saving throw. Landing gracefully on your feet above a pile of snow in the large 30-foot diameter stone room. Congratulations, you beat that dragon, or you helped beat that dragon.
Nice.
And
So
you
I'm
only
back
have
where everybody else is, or I'm in some other
So
random
you
room?
are with all of the rest of you. See, with a loud pop, Carrick return next to you, covered in snow, undamaged but like a little winded from casting some very high level magic. And yeah. You say anything to your friends as you return?
No, I just kind of like take the snow off of me and rejoin the party.
As if nothing happened. Okay. Funny. Okay. Let's go with that. From here, you all now, or I guess you guys can talk amongst yourselves about what just happened, or if this is just regular enough an occurrence that you just don't worry about it anymore. You've been standing here for about 3 minutes, just kind of waiting in this chamber. There's no real visible door to it. So during these 3 minutes, do any of you guys do anything?
I prepared. You said there was a snow version of Carrick.
Yeah, it was like a thing of snow that then just fell to the ground.
I had a prepared snowball prepared. So
Okay,
as
you
soon-
pick up snowball to throw at somebody if they come in.
No, like Carrick when he comes back.
Oh, Carrick comes back. Okay. Make a ranged attack roll. Make a dexterity, just a dexterity check.
Like a saving throw?
No. Christopher's going to try to attack you, so it has to beat your AC.
Oh, I see.
Well, it hits him, but it was really fluffy snow, so it didn't pack quite right, so it just went
Just
as he
wanna check.
returns. Anyone else during these 3 minutes?
Do I have any? I'm gonna pick up some snow, and if I have any perishables, just use it to make it a little cooler for myself.
Just just put the snow in something.
Some of that.
Okay, perfect. With that, as Carrick reappears, you see a part of the wall slide open, and a dapper little goblin in a little pinstripe suit with tails comes in and goes, "Oh, hello. We weren't totally expecting anyone today, but we were told to expect somebody at some time. So please follow me I'll go grab the master upstairs. Follow me down, please. Just go downstairs. There'll be snacks and sitting room in the lower floors. Please don't touch anything. It has a
Do you need a
95%
snack?
chance of killing you. Hmm?
Do you need a snack? You sound kind of bummed out.
Not bummed out, and just this is my voice. I get that a lot, sadly. Some people just sound sad. I'm quite happy with my work in life. And he starts going up the stairs. As you like, if you follow him, it's this comes to this like spiral staircase that doesn't totally fit in what you would think this tower is like. But it's one side's going down, one side's going up. He says just to go down and wait for him as he fetches the master of the tower. Which you would know is a man named, or a person named Yusa Aranus. That's who you have been told you were kind of who you would be, whose home you would be in, going to via that spell roll, which was
Yeah, you said the guy's roughly 1 billion years old. That's the only
yep,
I have.
he's roughly 1 billion years old. He's been around a long time, and he is very high up in the city of Nicodranus. So, yep, you head down. If you head down the spiral staircase, you come to a sitting area with plush chairs, a drink cart being rolled in by the goblin, who seems to have gotten there before you got there, even though you guys started going down while he started going up. And then there's magical trinkets and baubles everywhere. Things floating, like a map of the planes, kind of rotating, like moving as you might think they would in the actual cosmos, and things like that. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. But you're sat down, given drinks and food.
And restrooms.
Mm. there more wrestling going on this week, Jake?
No, international wrestling is pretty much done for now. College wrestling season started. U.S. did not do very well.
That's what
They
it
got two
seemed like.
bronze. They got 2 bronze medals. So I you know, a lot of people were expecting.
Compared to the Olympics, how does that compare?
The women did great.
Yeah. That one lady. That's very good. Can't remember who I'm thinking of.
I think the biggest problem was that the UWW who does the brackets, because of how they do it, like they ended up with 3 world champions on one side of the bracket at one weight, which is just bonkers. Like one guy was a 7-time world champion, David Taylor is a 4-time world champion, Assapor's a 2-time world champion. Like just
And then they're all wrestling each other in round 1, round 2.
Yeah, pretty much. It's crazy.
My ribs are not liking trying to learn wrestling in my mid-30s. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 2 years now, and anybody that actually knows how to wrestle is like automatic advantage. So I've been trying to, and it fucking sucks to land. Yeah, land on the ground. Anything less than lying down in bed. So yeah. Maybe I'll get into watching it too.
Hey, if you didn't do it like in high school or anything, it probably wouldn't be worth getting into. It can be very boring to watch. I really like it, but
I feel like now I might start to get the intricacies. Like I feel like that's all it takes is all you need to know is what to look for.
Any sport can be fun once you learn how it works.
Really wish there was an outlet for those of us who used to wrestle in high school and loved it.
I think that feels like everybody that did jujitsu is
Just looking for that.
Just a bunch of like old dude like overweight wrestlers. So and yeah, it's fun and painful, but fun. And very intimate, which is if that's I guess that's wrestling too. I find myself like brushing my teeth and like shaving and everything, and feel like I'm going on a date every time I go out. Yeah.
Don't want to be the gross guy.
That's okay. Like
Funny. So, as you guys have your drinks and your snacks, if you want, you hear very light footfalls coming down the stairs behind you, and from there out walks in kind of a golden and red robe, hanging down to their feet, long billowing arms, a very tan complexioned elf with a short, almost bald buzz cut of white hair. And as I said they look like they're a billion years old. This is an elf, which we know lived for a long time, and you can see the age and wear on this elf's face. That you can tell that a lot of time. This person's been alive for a long time, and he comes and gives a kind of soft smile for a second, and then goes back to a very stoic face and says, "So you must all be the adventurers I was told may be arriving soon. It seems one of you," it looks at character, like, "might have taken a second trip upon returning to my tower," and gives a small little chuckle. and if I'm not mistaken, to a different plane of existence, maybe. Very interesting adventurers. I was going to greet you and send you on your way, but I have to say I'm consider myself piqued in interest of how this one's come here, left, and come back. Not often do I find other dabblers in the planar traveling arts at my doorstep. Please come, sit down, sit down. I'd love to talk. Yusa looks at you, Carrick, and asks, "If you don't mind, where have you just been? It seems a strange time to jump planes just as you arrived at my tower, but must have been for something important."
Uh, yes, it was. I don't exactly control where I go, though.
Hmm. So you don't get to choose when or where you go? Seems you might be a little split between worlds then, assuming that you are continually pulled back to the same place.
Generally, yes. Seems there's seems tied to particular events in this other plane.
If you don't mind me asking, do you know where that is? Are the rest of you all here have the same issue? Uh,
It is from our former home of Icewind Dale.
I
Can't
take out,
see.
no,
You
and
just kind of assume he goes and comes back when he's ready, like a mini vacation for him.
That's what all that's.
Oh,
That's what all that snow is. Where have you been going?
I mean, he doesn't. He
No.
doesn't love, company, so he just kind of has to get away every once.
I just
in a
assume
while.
he's told us nothing every time, and he just is covered in snow inexplicably, and we're like, "What?" He's like, "I'm fine, whatever." And so we're just all like, "You've been teleporting someplace else?"
Huh. So this seems to be a problem just for you. The rest of your group is fine. I do get a small whiff of planar tethers connected to three of you, but it seems you were just of this place. Looking at you, Felix.
Can I say?
Hey, there are worse things than to be bound to one place, but um, hmm. I could potentially help you with this problem if you see it as a problem being teleported away um, uh, without your own doing. But but I digress. I digress. You're probably here for an actual reason. I'm sorry. My mind goes when I see a new and interesting problem or uh, something I haven't seen before. So, can you tell me why you are here in my tower? I know that you come from that Lady Yinra who has helped me in the past, but I was not expecting her to be sending a group of seemingly adventurers like you. There's a way I can help further, and perhaps trade in information and help. I'll say I would love to. I haven't had interesting guests in quite some time. So please tell me what are you doing?
Well, we're on a search for Cord Thunder Spear, and we're told that you might be able to help get us to the island of Rumblecusp, and that might be where we need to look.
Let's see. Yeah, they roll a 19. They know about Forged Thunder Spear. We were told, last I've read about that, it was lost many, 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 many years ago, predating myself even. Kind of chuckles at their own age. Underneath the city of Rosanna. Why would you think? No, and then kind of like puts the math together, like, oh, I guess that could make sense. Yes, the Isle of Rumblecusp. I can't get you there per se, but I can at least tell you about it. It's an island that was all but unknown until 10, 15 years ago. Apparently had some sort of curse or something that trapped people there. They would lose their memories and just want to live on the island. Um, I had a friend, and their group had dealings with the island, and since they left, it's now opened up for business. Um, but from what I've heard and learned, the island is definitely, as your friend, plainly challenged. Uh, so parts of the islands are not of this world. There are pieces of the Shadowfell that seem to house ghosts and the sort there. They're a volcano that was created, not naturally forming. It was just a mountain in the middle of the town city. There's, from what I remember hearing, there's a waterfall that goes backwards. So out of the water instead of down from the mountain. And also a deep mine, which in the past couple of years has been occupied by the Cartwright Mining Guild, starting an operation as it seems to be very rich in gems and ores of this plane and others. There's also a town there that the people who had been stuck there created. It's called Vo, which in some sort of almost joke, they just many decided to stay and create a resort for people to come visit, touting things like monster hunting and riding upside down waterfalls. They say there's these giant lizards that roam the jungles, 40 feet tall. So that's the short pitch on what you would find at Rumblecusp. As I said, I can't necessarily take you there. I'm not a fan of leaving my tower, you see. But I am sure that there are boats ready to take you, whether it be as a member of the mining guild or perhaps you guys just need a vacation. It seems the tropical weather might be good for you after having just spent some time in the snow, and he laughs to himself.
I just remember I'm still wearing my earmuffs and I take them off.
It's like, oh yes, when you go outside, you'll be in much nicer weather. I assume if you had come from the interior of Wildmount, it's winter, but down here it's just always a perfect 78 degrees.
It was kind of nice if you get used to it.
Yeah, you're only in my tower. Wait until you go outside. Speaking of outside, you'll find yourself in the open key, which is my district of the city. I own the docks and all that, so it's a little bit more rough and tumble than the bureaucratic, guild-ridden Concord areas of the rest of the city, but a little bit more free and open, and I can do more what I want here without the guild masters hounding me. So I suggest that you check out the docks. I'm sure that you can find some way of getting yourself to Rumblecusp in the next uh, 7 or 10 days, depending on how long it takes on the ocean. And assuming that is what you are going to do, I do have a request if you don't mind me asking. Or first, is there any other questions you have for me before I speak business?
I mean, I am interested in consensual planar travel.
Okay.
Is it
Well-
possible to learn this power?
Very much so. I don't know your current spell abilities, but it seems at its very basic, in the art of traveling the planes, you normally have a particular focus that is attuned to the plane that you wish to visit. So in this case, he like reaches into his robe, pulls out a small platinum rod. So, see, this is a rod attuned to this plane. The prime Exandria is prime part of the prime material plane. I assume if you're going and living in this Icewind Dale is also part of the prime material plane, but probably just shunted off to almost a mirror or shadow of ours. You see, it's interesting as you travel them, you realize there are many similarities between people. You'll run into friends with different names if you do it too many times. But what you probably need, as you is something more attuned that forces you to be attuned to this plane. And I can help with that. However, it will require some level of materials that I don't necessarily have. And two, if you're good at something, you never do it for free. So if you help me out, I can help you out.
What you want?
To the point, I love it. Well, about 15 years back, the entirety of how our city gets its energy changed because, quite honestly, a piece of shit bureaucrat had enslaved a genie to do his bidding to create steam to run all of our forges and pretty much everything under this city. Now I have to spend a great deal of my magic to now get the same results that that genie used to provide for the whole city. The other parts of the city hired many druids to create the water pressure and that's needed to make parts of this city run. I don't like using all of my energy every day just to make sure that my little area of the city runs. So I am looking for an object that may be on this island of Rumblecusp that you're going to. Like I said, there's a volcano that didn't used to be there, which means some, at least I assume, some part of the fire plane may be trapped underneath it. Last that I heard from people that had explored, there was an old fire giant fortress there. And perhaps if you can speak or find something from this fortress that can create a very high level of heat and get it back to me, I can use that to create a more permanent energy source for at least my district, and then that gives me leverage over Uladon and the rest of this city to just kind of leave me the fuck alone.
Sounds easy enough. I assume I have to kill some people to get it.
I can't guarantee that. Like I said, we haven't heard of this fire giant stronghold and what its current status is. And quite honestly, if it's tied next to a place that has the Shadowfell and the Underdark and all these other places, they might already be dead. Although I bet you there are monsters down there for you to kill. I will say that the question is a little concerning.
Am I understanding this in that what you're saying is that we have to go to a fire giant stronghold?
I just say there might
And
be
Carrick,
something.
your suggestion is we kill things. So we're gonna go kill some fire giants? Is that
After we set fire for my fire mole, because that's.
or are we just trying to? Oh shit! Yeah, that'd be dope.
Just stick my maul in something hot. So.
Well, so
Yeah, watch
I
where.
mean, just
Careful where you
let's be
stick stuff.
logical. Let's be logical here. I assume we're either going to kill some things or we're going to be very sneaky. We're not very good at that. We kill things, at least me. And Fel. Fel's not sneaky either.
Fire can't hurt you from a gravity sinkhole. Just saying.
Well, I don't quite honestly care how you solve this problem. I just need something.
As long as you're okay with the potential of murder to get this object.
And what they do is they say, okay, well, you do this part for me. I will get the resources and those things necessary to bind you to this plane. And he says, but first, let me grab you something. And he goes off in upstairs for a second and comes down with this lantern, like a bullseye lantern. So it's like, now this should contain any massive energy source that you can find. Just know that it's probably temporary. With that, I also give you this, and he hands you a spell scroll. Like, that will get you back here quick. So just make sure your priorities are in line. If you're going there for Horde's Thunder Spear, just know that once you put whatever energy source I hope is down there into this cage, you probably have 8 hours to return before it breaks and possibly just incinerates all 4 of you immediately.
Spear first.
Or just be quick or be dead, as my favorite band says.
You see these guys? Well, actually, no. How fast are you two, the big boys? Actually, how fast is everybody? Everyone's got the same speed, right? Never mind. Except for me,
30.
First faster than everybody.
Yeah, mine's
40.
30.
Oh no, because you're 40 as well, aren't you?
I think I'm 40.
Yeah.
But I
We'll be
also
alright.
have like 40 flying speed, so.
We'll be alright. We're fast.
Okay. Well, it seems an agreement is made, and he stands up to shake your hand, Carrick.
I hesitate a little bit at the idea of touching him, but I acquiesce.
But you don't stand up, you stay sitting down.
Yes, yes.
Just the most awkward, like, and he just shakes your hand, and is like, ah.
And it's definitely not a good handshake. It's definitely like I just put my hand in his hand.
And just says, he sighs
You like half
pathetically.
expect him to like kiss your hand the way you put your hand in it.
He sighs and goes, us wizards are a fucked up sort, aren't we? He's like,
Like,
now
you know, old
I will
people
say,
shake their hands and you like feel like you're gonna like break them just touching them. Like,
Oh, there are some bad handshakes out there in the world, man. He sighs like, well, I will take a cue from you, my friend. Um, I don't think I got any of your names. Sorry, I just prattled on.
That's okay. I've already forgotten yours. Goodbye, sir.
Names.
Yeah, at this point, he's like, and so the four daddies are in agreement with Archmage Yusa Uranus for um, planar
Archmage
help and
Uranus.
fire gathering. Now, this has been more social interaction than I have had in 6 months. Please excuse me. And he goes upstairs.
I just nod like yes, I understand.
And he goes upstairs. The little goblin just like walks out from behind a door, a bookcase, and comes back in and goes, "Okay, so I guess finish up your food, and I will show you the way out." And then by showing you the way out, he just points at the door, and he just kind of stands there politely. So
Guess we'll
Yeah.
head out.
head out. Okay. So as you guys walk out of this tower, um, you are immediately blinded by the sun, a bright sun. You hear the sounds of merchants and barkers and different things like that as you come out into this central square. Like surrounding you, you see like fish stalls and people doing business for fruits and different things like that. You can, if you just listen hard enough, you can hear the sound of the ocean crashing um, uh, somewhere in the distance. Looking up, you see on top of a hill a very tall white statue of a woman that has almost like an ever-present light rotating around it like a lighthouse. Um, do we think anyone in this group has been to the ocean or around a port city before?
Were
Never
there no port cities in Icewind Dale?
There is one way to the west that like the biggest thing about it is that there was a prison next to it.
Yeah, that's
But
probably
most
the only.
most
Unless we
everything
were
travels
there, I'd
up
say
from
no.
Lufkin. If anyone had spent time south of Icewind Dale, outside of Icewind Dale, you probably would have seen the ocean because the whole way you travel up is on the Sword Coast. But for the people that have only ever been in Icewind Dale, very good chance you've never seen the ocean. And definitely haven't seen anything as, extravagant as a major port city.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a different type of ocean.
So, yeah, I would say probably all of you are kind of struck in awe about what's around you because this is just straight up different than any place you've ever been. It's loud, it's colorful, there's tons of different people of all shapes, sizes, races, all just kind of going about their business, all in some sort of trade. You see these guards in long, like scaled mail going down to their legs, like almost past their knees. They're almost like long shirts of scale mail, walking around, making sure things are. You do also see some Crownsguard walking around with some people that look very much Dwendalian in their demeanor, just very like, browns and blacks. Doesn't quite fit in with this place that is very, very colorful and happy and much more stoic and reserved are some of these people. So, yeah, you're in an open market, standing outside of a tower that, looking straight up, you think goes up about 150 to 200 feet. where do you guys head from here?
We gotta look for some exotic ingredients to ship back.
Yeah, you want to go shop for some exotic ingredients? Give me 1 second. Yeah. So, yeah, around there are a bunch of people that have different spices, different different fruits and vegetables that you might like have had, but these are like you don't get mangoes in the Dwendalian Empire. There's a mango cart. There's just different blends of spices that you can add. So you go up and you just want to buy some.
Yeah, I just want to get like a smattering of spices that are hard to come by where we're from, and send them. Can I send them via my tube?
Yeah,
to
you could
the others?
drop some powder in your tube and send it. Little baggies.
Maybe little baggies, yeah.
Yep. So you can go, and a lot of this stuff isn't expensive. It's like you get like a packet of star anise and a packet of
Amchur.
what?
Amchur, dried mango powder.
Dried mango powder.
Have to make our cheese exotic. The
Yeah,
exotic blends.
you get like the weirdest one. You get some what is it called? Pua, the weird purple stuff in Hawaii.
Taro? Poi. Yeah.
Poi. There we go.
Yeah, that's the food. We get some taro and stuff.
Yeah, so you just get all of these different things. As you're doing that, though, you hear someone in the off to the side go, "Psst. I hear you're looking for some spice."
Oh God, is this drugs? We're bad at that.
He goes, "I have a special spice all the way from the reaches of Marquette, Ancorel. Everyone loves it."
Just-
Is it real?
what is the
Because we really suck at doing drugs.
what is the legality of edibles?
What? And you don't know the legality of anything in this city that you're in. You know that
I'm talking about
the
where we're
drugs
from.
you guys do have is very much a controlled substance that is illegal. So
I mean,
food
I
is
don't
very
know.
illegal, but he says, "I offer you Fusaka. Very special from the far west.
How much?
How much do you want?"
Just a little taste.
A taste? Well, by itself, just putting it in your mouth, it is not necessarily the best way to have it.
I think everyone has already said last time we took drugs did not go well for us. So I want a good experience. Can you tailor my experience?
So you do want spice. And you get to like there's like he's speaking common, but there's definitely like it's broken in some capacity. Like his common and your common are from two different continents. So it's not quite lining up. He goes, "A tailored experience." Well, let's say just flame truly releases the essence of Pusaka.
I'm gonna take out one of the badges, the like authority badges, and a frying pan, and try and convince them I'm part of a culinary wing of the investigation service, and I'm like the FDA.
You are saying you are part of the FDA of make an intimidation check in this. Have fun. I don't want any trouble from authorities. This is
If this is good cooking stuff, we can arrange something. But
very, very pure from my homeland. And yes, put it on your chicken. Put it on your kebabs. It's good.
okay,
I feel as if there might have been something lost in translation. It's spice.
I'm good. Let's do it.
How much you want?
We're gonna need to do a trial. Yeah, trial period. Yeah, we'll do it.
How much fusak are you buying?
Trial chicken. We're doing a chicken. I'll find a chicken.
Okay, a chicken's worth. It costs you 4 copper. This is not drugs. You have put it together. This is a guy using the term spice, which we all think is drugs. So,
I don't even know
buy.
what copper is at this point, so I just accidentally give him 4 silver.
Okay. Yes, you give him 4 silver. He takes out like a 1 pound sack of this stuff and gives it to you.
I dip my pinky in, like I've seen in whatever the movie equivalent is, and taste it.
It tastes like probably a mixture of turmeric and cinnamon and yeah, I would say probably like something with like between turmeric, cinnamon, and saffron all kind of mixed together.
Some like garam masala going.
Yeah, like a garam masala. That is how I would describe it. That's a good pull.
1 pound of garam masala. This is a lifetime supply.
It's a lifetime supply of a spice that you have to like slowly send back via the tube. But you send some of that back, so you guys have got your spices. Where do you go from here? Explore the city, head down to the wharf to try and find passage to Rumblecusp.
So I had to use some spell slots in my battle with the dragon. Are we planning on taking a rest before we head to?
Wait! You battled a dragon?
Yeah, it's no big deal. But I'm a little tapped.
By yourself?
I mean, there were dwarves and some other, it was this whole thing, but I just want a nap.
Are you intentionally leaving out that you saw someone that looked like young Fell?
Yes.
Fell's possible long lost son. The dramatic irony is palpable. But okay.
You recognize somebody, but you don't want to actually you feel nervous saying that it's actually them. If you see somebody in public,
I'm pretty sure that's them, but I'm not gonna come say hello.
I think that Carrick would definitely never point out that he thinks he knows somebody. Like it probably would be like avoiding everyone that he knows.
Yeah. So, yeah, with that bombshell, learning that every time he's gone back to Icewind Dale, it's been some sort of horrific experience. Although you did leave there on a seemingly triumphant moment.
Yeah, we killed it. We killed that dragon. Yeah. Just used, I disintegrated some of its neck, and I feel like I might need to disintegrate a giant later. So,
I need a nap.
I mean, I'm not. Let's go find a nice place to stay, but.
Yeah, it is the morning still. It's probably like 11 o'clock.
Need a midday long rest. I mean,
Okay, are you guys gonna go look for a hotel?
So maybe we chat with some people at the wharf. It may not be that we can't get there till tomorrow anyway.
Yeah,
let's
probably
go see if we can
arrange
find
our
some travel to Rumble Cusp. Why are we going
Yeah.
to Rumble Cusp? We gotta come up with a story. Otherwise, we going for business or pleasure?
We're going on a vacation.
It's definitely pleasure.
Going on an adventure.
Yeah.
But if we don't ask, we don't have to talk.
Okay. You guys head down to the wharf.
Yeah.
The wharf of the Open Key. Down there, as loud as it was in this market, it is organized chaos on the docks. It's very much as Yusa had said, it's kind of more rough and tumble than the more organized things. You see boats kind of forcing their way in to try and unload and reload and get things. You see people just kind of standing on stalls having some drinks while they're in between shifts. Just things are coming off and on to boats constantly, and the din is extreme. However, over that you hear, or let's make a perception check. Let's see what you hear and or see. Anyone can. Whoever wants to lead the group.
Perception is pretty good. Find my thing. Here we go. Let's see.
6. Over all of the sound, the thing you first hear the most is a booming voice, almost magically booming, at the and there's a sign that seems to be where this noise is coming from. It says, "Pearl Bank miners looking for adventurous swords to delve deep into wild lands for a chance to strike it rich off the coast. Report to Shelda Pearl Bank at the Misty Maiden to start your adventure." That's the first thing you hear as you kind of are looking for possible travel to the island of Rumblecusp.
Alright, I start walking towards the wherever that sound is coming. Wherever that voice is coming from. The sound.
The sound, and that sound is just kind of it is a dwarven male that's standing on a box in front of a makeshift sign that says Pearl Bank miners, and he's just kind of shouting, and as he shouts you can tell there's a little bit of magic, some amount of thaumaturgy used to send his voice everywhere. And stopping in front of him, he stops and says, "Oh, hello, are you the adventurous sort?"
I mean, we've been known to adventure a time or two.
Well, please, if you wish to strike it rich out on the sea, see my sister over at the Misty Maiden. And he points over to kind of this ramshackle building that has this painting, the not mastheads, the figureheads of a boat. It's just a busted ass version of one of those, and you can barely read on it. It says Misty Maiden. It looks like a bar. "We are hiring to come and work in our mines. New, beautiful mines, untapped in these past however many years. We've laid claim, and you can find adventure if you are strong enough."
What are they on an island? Where are these mines?
Yes, an island, of course. Where have you been? Do you not know the riches that lay off the coast at Rumblecusp?
We
Yeah, we've never been
are
there.
new. Yeah, we're new in town. We are new to this part of the world, so no, we're not familiar.
Well, go talk to my sister. She'll let you in on all the details. Who knows? In mere weeks, you could be millionaires. And this guy is definitely like someone can roll insight on this guy if they want to, but he's laying it on thick.
If
However,
if we can become millionaires, why do you need to recruit? Like why aren't you just doing this yourself? Like I don't understand.
he is stumped by this question.
What's the catch, my dude?
No catch. Only that there is danger, of course, with any venture to strike it rich.
We're not really
So
bothered by that.
we only want the people that are most dedicated, that are the strongest of will, to come work for us and with us.
What's with the
That-
ship?
After this question, he now turns away from you and starts continuing his barking. And you see, like, a lot of people are like kind of walking over and lining up outside of this bar out there, seemingly interested in some sort of work.
Ride.
The last little part of his spiel says, "But be quick. Our ships leave in the next day for adventure and riches."
Can I size up some of the people lining up?
Yeah, make a perception or insight check. Perception. You see, it is all ranges of people, like young, like fresh faced, barely have a little hair above their lip kids lining up. Some old, more grizzled, like weather, like jerky armed old sailors lining up. It is a motley crew of people that are going there, but all seemingly like working class types. No, you don't see anyone that looks like you and your friends with a giant hammer, a wizard's hat, a suit of full plate mail, anything like this. You guys do, when you are walking through this area, stick out like a sore thumb. Like I'd say, probably Felix is the only one that looks kind of similar to these people, because he is loud in his clothing, but he is not wearing or holding wild equipment.
Let's talk to this woman.
Yeah, as you guys are walking over there and you get in line, kind of as you wait, looking around, you do also see one other sign that is down on a separate like other side of this entire wharf. So kind of like this bar is in between the two ends, and you see it's a very tall, loud sign that it has a big red banner on it, and it just says "Vacations at Bow." So that's one other thing you see as you are headed into the bar. You go into the bar. And there is like it's not kind of run as a bar right now. It seems in this early morning time they're letting it just be an office for this lady who's sitting there, seemingly talking to people. You see her give some papers to some, shoo off some others, and she looks at you as it's your turn to come up and says, "Hello, I'm Shilda Pearlbank. You here for a job?"
Just like how many business cards do we have left? Whatever. Just
You have like 95 business cards left.
sliding across and order a drink.
She looks at it like a drink comes by and goes, "Yeah, what am I supposed to do with this? Is this okay for daddies? Are you looking to pay your child support? I can give you a job. What do you do?
We make cheese. And
That's not gonna help me get rocks out of the dirt. So
we make cheese and we kill people.
now killing people, there's something we could maybe get behind. Not people, but what about monsters?
Fine.
Fine?
are they frat
Okay.
monsters? Then
Are they-
especially.
Yeah. I take particular joy in killing frat monsters.
Frat monsters. Can't say I know what that means.
So
But-
confused.
Here's the lowdown. If you want to come work for the Pearl Bank mining operation, we got jobs open as miners. Seems at least two of you would probably fit that bill of being strong enough to get some of this rock out of the ground. Other
Whoa.
two of you. Hey man, I'm just calling him as I see him.
A minor.
It's time to unleash gravity sinkhole.
Of course I'm talking about the one with the wizard hat and the one in the fancy clothes. Those other two is probably too dumb to break rocks. Ha ha ha! Just razzing you. You definitely see more of the alley of some security work. Because as I said, it's an island that doesn't have necessarily the guards and resources here. It's kind of what do you say, the wild blue yonder. So we got that for you. We could looking at you, we could probably sign you up. Just would need this. Need you to sign these contracts for 1 year's work. It was also very important you sign that last part there. So you in?
A year?
It's just a year contract. You work for us for a year. You get some level of profit sharing. Get a keep.
You remember when I said something about a catch? I think we found the catch.
What's the catch? We're a business.
I
You
understand your
get
business.
to keep 20% of what you find.
How about this? How about you give us 10% and we do a contract for you guys instead? We'll do one contract.
So you're signing up for a year? That's the minimum contract we got.
No. We'll take less money and we will do one job.
One job. So you're gonna come, just live on the island, and when we need you, we come and cash in that contract.
Look, I was about to say, look, man, we're just looking for passage, okay? If we don't get it from you, we'll get it from someone else. It's fine.
How about this? We take less money, but we have an exit clause from the contract should we need to leave early.
I like this. Suddenly, Carrick speaks up. He's like, negotiating contracts. This is where I'm sociable.
It's like the reason like it is detrimental to try and be personable in a contract negotiation. He just doesn't give a fuck. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's very much take it or leave it, right?
It's like.
I mean, I don't want to be on this island a year, so.
Okay. We could probably waive the year of security. If you were mining, we probably can't waive that. If you want to come on run some security. There'd probably some jobs we could do down there for you. I haven't heard from the bosses in a bit, but last time I did it, a couple accidents have happened down there, so I can let you go on the gear contract if you just are able to clean things up down there, and proof of completion. We can probably get you out to Rumble Cusp. But am still going to need you to sign this part of that paper. And with this pen.
Can we sign it? Can we sign it? Oh, wait. I got a
Yeah.
pen. I have a special pen that I like to sign my contracts with.
What am I have it ready. No. Can I be like working on a ritual detect magic while these guys continue to argue about this?
Yeah, you go and just get everyone drinks and cast detect magic ritually, the line's so long. Like, I like to think like this banter goes back and forth for a bit of contract negotiation. Yeah, your detect magic goes off, and the pen is definitely magical, and it has some level of enchantment magic on it. So enchantment meaning like brain control type, not enchanting items, enchanting a person. It's just a simple cover our ass for ourselves. You sign it, and we're good.
Grab
This
this
is
guy.
operated on a
Fluctuating.
a verbal agreement situation. You know, I'm not really.
Is this like a is this a ballpoint, or just like a
It's
quill?
like it's a big poofy quill.
The big poofy quill. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna try to kind of do the scribble to make sure there's ink in it. I'm gonna like purposely.
There's no ink on this quill. You have to dip it in an ink pot.
Okay, so I forget that. I'm gonna pretend to forget that and just like start smashing it until I'm gonna rage on the quill. I'm gonna spend a rage. You know when you just can't deal.
It's just a simple NDA, guys.
Yeah, can we? Let's take a rain check, maybe. We can go like.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty. When I realize the pen has this kind of magic, I'm pretty just like explicit. I'm like, hey, the pen is enchanted. It's gonna do something to you.
Make an Arcana check to try and figure out what you think this pen would have done. Yeah, you're able to put it together. You go like, this pen will make it so we can never talk about what happens down there.
Very
Yeah, I just say that out loud in front of everybody. I'm just like, that pen's gonna just make it so you can't talk to anybody after we're done.
It's very Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, if you guys have ever read that book.
Sign this. You can never talk about what happens here.
I mean, that's not really that big a deal. And in the grand scheme of things, it could be a lot worse. But I also like to tell stories sometimes.
So you take a rain check and walk outside?
Yeah.
She
Do
goes,
we all
"Yeah,
have to sign it, or just one of us?
It's an all
I
or
don't really
nothing
like
deal.
talking anyway.
She just shrugs at you.
She's probably sick of us at this point.
She's like, "No, let's get off my back. We're just trying to get people out there. It just looked like you guys could make some coin and would be able to do a good job down on that island. But if
Poor
not, get
daddies don't really need
here."
coin.
The line behind you is starting to get like antsy, like stomping their feet. Like,
I'm gonna again I'm gonna take out some I'm gonna see if I have my own pen, and in the process, put the badge down again on the.
You hate reading. There's a 0% chance you have a pen. You.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for a pen, but
Okay. Gotcha.
but in the process, I empty my pockets and put the FBI badge on the counter and see if I notice anything from her.
She looks at it like this is a badge from a different country. She just shrugs. Like, I got a badge too, and she shows like this little like security badge that says like Pearl Bank. It's like PBMC with a small pearl set underneath it, and she just shrugs at you. So, you guys head out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I tried to be weird with it, but
I lightning bolt her.
I know. I'm like, how much do we want to strong arm this poor business? Part of me is like, should I throw a massive intimidation out, or should we just leave them alone?
And murder her with the pen.
Because you shove the pen through her throat, like
no. For some reason, when you first brought the pen up, I literally was like, should I do the Joker magic trick with a pencil? Just jam the pen into the table and be like, I'm gonna make it disappear. Bam.
Okay. You guys walk out. Still, like a bunch of people are just about their work. You can see where the Dock Masters thing is out there, and also the big thing that says vacations in Vo. As you're out here,
That might be our ticket. I could go for some resort time. I'm gonna saunter over there.
okay. You go over there, and there's not nearly the same line here as there was for like people looking for work. There is this like younger like skinny human man in a red vest and a straw hat, feet up on the table underneath his underneath the banner. There's just some paper flyers just kind of tacked in. One of them has a knife in it, but you can see it's like a real shitty dagger, but it's just like trying to look cool and adventurous. And he goes, so you're here for some fun? You want to go to Vo? A land outside this world? And he says that like with his hat so like over his face.
can you show me where Vo is on a map?
He picks his feet up, or he doesn't even pick his foot up. He just like taps the map with his foot, and it's Vo, like you said is essentially on the back side of Rumblecusp. So where the mining operation is kind of on this north side, it's down over here.
Okay, it's on Rumblecusp.
Yeah.
We have to sign anything with a magic pen to go on this trip?
Nah. My name's Shimmy, by the way. Nice to meet ya.
We're the four daddies.
Cool. So, yeah, we're heading out in a couple days. We got about 40 people heading down for what? We run boats maybe every 2-3 weeks in between. You can go down, stay, see some crazy shit. Pretty laid back. It's pretty cool. And he like pulls out like this piece of paper and goes like, yeah, we got ghosts. We got 40-foot lizards. We got reverse waterfalls. Got it all, man.
Is there anybody that's come back from this?
BRB.
Do you have any like testimonials I could ask about?
BRB. One sec.
Me? I've gone back and forth. I lived there. I grew up there. It was a pretty cool place to grow up. And then all of a sudden, I remembered or learned that there's more to the world than just that little island. So now I bring people to experience my part of the slice of life, and then I come over here and enjoy this slice of life. Feels pretty cool.
So,
Hey, oh,
Question.
oh,
Like,
wait. Are you worried
He-
about the whole losing your memory thing? That's not a thing anymore. That
That
was
what?
a thing. Not a thing anymore.
He's like Paul Rudd's character in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
Also, I'm imagining, yeah.
Look, we just
Don't
trying to
worry.
get the rubble cusp. All right, that's all we need to do. And they want us to put a year contract for us to work for them. I'm not down with working for anybody.
I don't want you to work.
I
want
work
you
for
to go on
myself.
vacation.
I'm not talking about you, Shimmy.
Okay. Tell you what.
I got a Hawaiian name for you.
What? What? I know what you were getting at. Just tell you what. Because I like you guys, I can cut you a deal. We'll give you passage to and from, food, lodging, and that's it. For merely 400 gold a person.
How about 200 gold a person, and you don't give us travel back?
Wait, don't we need to travel back?
You propose this to him, and he like looks at his piece of paper and goes, and is just struggling to figure the math out if that works out. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh well for me.
Oof. He goes, according to my ledger, that's not how it works. And my mom would not be happy if I came back with the wrong amount of money, because it's not always cheap to get these boats back and forth. So how about we stick with the 400 gold, but I'll throw in a cantaloupe.
Gonna give us a fruit?
Have you ever had a cantaloupe?
No, but I can see it looks like a fruit.
Here. He pulls out a piece of cantaloupe. He's like, I'll even put the magic dust on it. And he shakes this little red powder on it and hands it to you.
I pop it in my mouth.
It tastes like cantaloupe with tahini on it.
Okay, sick.
It's
That's fucking
good as
That's so
hell.
good. You think we could do this with cheese? Would this go good in cheese?
Yeah. Do you want it? And just like holds the little bottle of red flakes.
Yeah, and I take the bottle away. And I
He holds it back. Only if you're coming. It's my special blend. I call
man,
it.
I'd rather
I call it.
I'd,
I sell them as Shimmy's Little Shakers.
how about we could talk about a partnership on the Shimmy's Little Shakers and the Four Daddies cheese? Like, how much? What's your operation
seriously-
like?
Back on Vo, I have a little hut where I collect some things from around our weird ass island and grind them up.
Are you ready to expand?
Maybe.
When he says Shimmy's Little Shakers, I seriously consider lightning bolting him.
He goes just.
Could we could you show us where the boat is? And you know,
He looks over his shoulder and points to this like good size. It looks like a shipping boat. It
Is
looks
there
like
security or anything on it? Looks like can we smuggle ourselves if push came to shove?
he
I'd like to like investigate and see if like there's any opening for us to just
okay, make an
smuggle feed.
investigation check. With a 10, you do see openings, but you think you probably could. You probably could. You're not because you also notice that there is like a legitimate like crew loading and offloading things off of this boat. It's like, yeah, that's why it takes 3 weeks. Is we just rent space on some of these merchant vessels that are kind of take us down to Rumblecusp and head over to Broken Bank. So, yeah, it's a good boat. Hey, I didn't tell you the one of the cooler parts. For extra money, once you get on the island, they'll take you out to hunt dinosaurs.
Usually people pay us for that kind of thing.
Yeah, but we got people that will make sure you don't get eaten by the dinosaurs.
The fuck's a
What about,
dino?
like, poaching expeditions? I'm not about that.
It's not poaching. There's a wild ass island with no government. What the fuck are you talking about, narc?
Hey, Carrick, would you mind lightning bolting this guy?
I think Shimmy might be my new favorite.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask unless you were serious, because he'd totally do it.
I'm not serious. He's a, we don't need to draw
He's just an idiot that
unnecessary.
makes weird spice blends and puts it on cantaloupe.
Look, okay, here's our final offer. 250 each. And we will take Shimmy's shaker and we will expand it beyond your wildest imagination. And you, my friend, will profit without any encumbrance from your mother. You'll have no say. All sales, 75% of sales of this product will go to you.
And I won't lightning bolt you.
I mean, you're not going to get a much better offer than that.
Make a persuasion check with advantage because of the mild threat.
And I got something too. Yeah.
I think we're good. 18. With an 18, let's see, 250. And you take my little shakers around the world. That's cool.
Look, we're just getting started, man. Well, we could use some of this. We can always expand our business horizons.
It's like, that's pretty cool. I'll take it. Payment up front, please. We leave in 2 days. Or half payment up front. So everyone pay 125 gold. And you have booked passage aboard the merchant vessel Carolina's Reef.
What? How close? Just you mentioned we could be millionaires. How close are we to being millionaires already? Does it only take 1,000 platinum? Is that right?
I no. You don't have. You feel like you have a lot of money. In the grand scheme of things, you don't. You have enough to buy like a modest house. But like a modest house in the 50s, not a modest house in the year 2024. So says, well, cool. I think we're full up. I think I can take down this thing and just go hang out on the boat for the rest of the next 2 days. Oh, that's when we're heading out, by the way. 2 days. 2 days, just be on the boat. You probably can't sleep there right now, but you can come back in 2 days. Probably want to shove off in before noon, so be there or be square. Here,
Be
and he
there.
hands you his little bottle of his shakers.
Okay, I take it and I put it with all the other spices I'm gonna send in my tube.
and you put like a note with this one.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I basically say, look, this is our new. Put this in the R&D, and then put this into the some sort of marketing to get it up and running.
Someone figure this out.
Yeah.
We'll call it.
Basically, it's sales offering features that don't exist yet. Vaporware for sure.
It's think about how to market this. Guys, the dude's name is Shimmy. Figure it out. Okay. With that, he kind of puts your money into a little safe. You see him take about 50 of that gold and put it in his pocket. Just not trying to hide it at all. And then picks up everything and starts taking down his little setup. It's like, see you in a bit, homies. And starts to head off. So you guys have 2 days in the city of Nicodranus. If there's anything you want to do, we can fast forward back onto the ship. But if there's any shopping, anything you want to check out around the city, totally up to you.
I'm always down for a shopping trip to.
We go get some Hawaiian shirts.
You want to get the fashionable here. Okay, yeah. Think about what you want to look for. I just need to grab a snack real quick.
Yeah. Always gotta check for shiny new weapons. Do cool stuff. Although at this point I could lightning bolt somebody into next week, so I don't know how enticing new stuff would be, but
Okay.
Tried another one-off game with my in-laws. I tried doing it with 10 people. I
Oh.
thought,
Oh my god.
yeah. So it was gonna be just one like session. So I was like, and nobody's ever played it before. So it took like 3 days to even get like the first roll.
Yeah, 10 people. Think about how long this group of 4 takes to make decisions sometimes. Now put
The opposite decision. Everybody wanted to make decisions, and within like 2 roll, and it's like siblings too. So within like before we were even on the map, they were trying to kill each other. It's like no, it's like you're together, you're on the same team. Like no, I'm gonna kill this person. Like okay, whatever. Like roll damage.
not understand the assignment.
But it went over. Yeah, it went over better than I thought it would.
So I was thinking this, Ryan, real quick. I think as bad as my Dynasty Fantasy team is, I think like the one thing I can be proud of is that my first overall pick when we started the league, I think has been the best pick over the past 5 years.
Who's that?
With Derrick Henry.
Oh yeah.
I think I win the best overall first pick.
The question is, are you going to hold on to him until he dies, or are you going to attempt to get value out of him before he's too old to be useful?
Good question.
Hold on to him as long as
Either
he's
are
on the
acceptable
Ravens.
options, but
Honestly.
one of those is
I'm going to run that guy into the dirt like my RAV4.
I think that's totally fine.
Yep. I got nothing, dude. My team sucks so much ass.
I mean, that's how you get out of the hole, though, is you start pawning off stuff for value.
Yep. Yep. Except for knowing my luck, those guys won't take any trade from me because I'm the one shit stirrer in the group.
Oh, I don't think so. I
I'm
think
just-
that they'll try to fuck you over, though, so it might take some effort to get a real trade in your favor.
Yeah, that's the bigger thing.
No one wants to make a
hey.
trade that's not in their favor, so sometimes getting a trade done can be really annoying.
Hey, sorry, no table talk.
No table talk. Oh my god.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, so you guys are just spending this next day just kind of shopping around. You can like first find boarding, everything up from like a 20 gold place called the Lava Chateau that's in the like nice district that as colorful as this place is, it's called the Silken Terrace, where there's big streamers of colorful cloth going around. There's places like that. There's just regular shitty dive stays you can take. So up to you what kind of lodging you want over the next couple days. But if you were going to go shopping, you probably want to do that first. Drop off your mountains of gear and then go out.
Can I do? Would there be anywhere for me to spend time researching? What did that guy say? Fire giant. And give myself a better idea of what spells I might want to have prepared or something I might want to have ready for that.
Yeah, there's it's not like this place is more around trade and not that, probably not like one of the more higher learning epicenters of this country, this part of Wildmount. That would probably be more up in Port Damali, has an actual like Cobalt Soul affiliation, but there's libraries that you can do. The information might be limited, but you can go and hang out at a library and try to do some research about certain things. Just what do you want to know?
Yeah, I'm more if there's an assumption that we're going to be infiltrating a fire giant fortress, I guess I'm looking for weaknesses and strengths of fire giants, basically.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You go to this. It's a smaller library. It's actually pretty much a bookstore, but they'll let you, pay for, you pay 5 gold an hour, and you can sit and read for 5 gold's a lot. You pay a gold an hour, and you can look at the books essentially.
Okay. What do you want me to roll?
Roll an investigation check. No. Yeah. Investigation makes the most sense. Trying to suss out like the correct books to read.
Yeah.
The 5 gold is Carrick not realizing he has to return library books. And just like leaves them in bundles. And basically
Yeah, if someone wants to do that with him and do other research, you guys can go together, but that's up to y'all.
I'll follow him around and see like if there's stuff hot enough for my fireball and just pester him to read things for me.
And the two of you are on research duty, and you can have that with advantage.
I just play.
Or actually, before you get advantage, Christopher, you need to roll your own Never mind, you got a natural 20, so.
That was my second roll, though, so I would have to have advantage to get the nat 20.
Okay, so Christopher, you need to roll your own investigation check, and you have to beat a DC 10 to give advantage because you canonically hate books.
I was gonna play very quietly my bagpipes for him, some like study music.
What? So,
Okay,
so
then you need to beat a DC 10 performance check to see if this helps. Okay, barely. So you get your natural 20.
Okay.
So what you would know about fire giants is 1, they are immune to fire. Can you believe that? Okay. Often their fortresses are built around and inside volcanoes or magma-filled caverns. So you can assume that the terrain is going to be very hostile as much as the people are there. They are incredible blacksmiths. Like beyond just, they make great weapons, like inherent magic in their giantness allows them to imbue things with magic fairly easily. Of all the giants, while not the strongest, they are the most militarily bent. Then they care very much about martial might. Beyond just weapons, they make very beautiful things, period. They take a lot of value in craftsmanship and things like that. So often, especially because they are in the inner reaches of the earth, they have the raw materials and the ability to shape those raw materials into things that are beautiful. And it's a very feudal society normally that they live in. So generally there is a king and that royal family that then has a serfdom of other fire giants, as well as many times dwarves and other things, specifically from the fire plane, where these giants were said to have come from originally through some different portals through. So there are things like salamanders or these other little fire dwarves. I can't remember their names. There's magmen, which are little lava dudes that often will inhabit the older uh, fire giant cities. And beyond that, as far as they're immune to fire, and they're incredibly strong.
Are they weak against anything? Just immune to fire.
Just immune to fire. I'll just say, since it's natural 20, you would know that they're. I'll just give you their stats. They have a +7 to strength, plus or -1 to dexterity, +10 on Constitution saving throws, +0 on intelligence, +2 on wisdom, and +1 on charisma. So they're slow, but incredibly sturdy and strong.
Thank you.
And they can throw a rock up to 240 feet. And deal 4d10 +7 damage if the rock hits you.
Thanks.
Is that enough information you would like?
I think so, yeah. I think that's what I'm looking at.
I think with also that last bit of the natural 20 would be you get some semblance of things that are slightly revered, are artifacts from the fire plane, like anything from their original home world of the fire giants. Some of these items being I want to say Firestone, but I can't say Firestone. It's the translation in Giants is much more eloquent, but it's these Firestones that are these individual rocks that looking at pictures, you actually see a striking resemblance to the opal that is in the middle of Christopher's hammer. That's like these things are very treasured by fire giants and used to create immense amounts of heat and could like be used to forge and things like that. They're few and far between, but almost every major fire giant city has been said to have one, at least one. So a little lead on what you might be looking for. So that's the research crew. What do the other two do? Do you do something together or go off separate?
Well, I was gonna hit up just any armament stores, armor, weapons, see what there is to find. And I could generally browse for everybody since not everybody's been shopping.
Yeah. Armor and weaponry, you don't find like much more than just like your basic wares. So nothing super special, nothing magical or that. But in people sizing you up, they do like kind of put together like, I know what this guy's looking for. You might want to try out this place called the Seafloor's Bounty. So just be careful. The lady there can be a little weird. Can't promise you that they are going to have weapons or any sort, but the types of things you might be looking for, I would look there. People find some wild stuff out on the ocean and sometimes need a quick buck. So it's kind of like a thrift store, so to speak, of the ocean. So they give you that. Are you going with him, Felix, or are you doing your own thing as well?
I am looking for Hawaiian shirts.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
We'll do Hawaiian shirts very quickly. No, actually, I would say you are around with Fel for this. You guys are kind of shopping, and He's looking at these things, and you're like, "Ooh, but look at these shirts."
Yeah, exactly. I don't
And
have to go by myself. I just that's what I want to do. I want to get Hawaiian shirts for everyone, the finest Hawaiian shirts.
the finest Hawaiian shirts. I'm not clever enough to come up with a playoff Tommy Bahama right now that's D&D related. So yeah, you end up at the Seafloor's Bounty, which is going in very much a cluttered ass store. There's nets, there's just general goods, fishing lures, fishing lines, like old things, new things, decor, and everything in between. And as you walk in, a little bell goes off. It goes, and you just hear a voice from the back go, "I'll be with you in a minute. Please browse, but don't take anything." And yeah, browsing around, that's kind of what you see. And then as you're just looking at some fishing rods and things like that, a small gnomish woman comes up to you and says, "Hello, welcome to the Seafloor's Bounty. I'm Clarissa Bobsnopper. How can I help you today?"
Fair day to you, Clarissa. How fare you?
Very well. I just got a new shipment of sea floor goods that I'm sifting through. So if you have
Hawaiian
anything,
shirts.
ooh, Hawaiian shirts. What is
Point me
Hawaiian?
in the direction. Yeah, exotic shirts, you know,
Yeah, okay.
flowy
Just,
shirts with flowers and
ooh,
know,
those,
coconuts.
I have many that are no longer sold by the local tailors. They're vintage. It's over in that corner.
I head that way.
And it's like the old school, like Magnum PI Hawaiian shirts. None of this modern shit. It's like red with big flowers, things like that. She says, "But yes, what about you, big man? How can I help you?"
Yeah, just browsing for any exceptional type items, anything unique or possibly magical.
Exceptional, huh? I do have a couple things. There might be something in my new trove I just got pulled in, but here, let me show you this thing first. It says, "This is a return item. The person that had it before seemed to not think it worth what they paid, and they at least wanted to get a return on part of that investment." And she pulls off this. It's a necklace that is like seaweed wrapped around a fishing hook. It says, "So this has a relatively minor magical effect. It will allow you, if you can believe this, to talk to plants." Crazy, huh?
Okay.
Once it is essentially a charm of talk to plants. It allows you to cast the talk to plant spell once a day. And
I yell, "Are any of these shirts magic?"
let me think. I don't think I put the magic shirts out there. I don't want to get rid of a shirt that's magical on accident. But
I'll
they
keep
will make
looking.
you look majestic. She just yells to you. She's much more interested in the person that's buying the big ticket items right now.
Okay. Interesting. Definitely something to consider. Are plants much of a conversationalist? I'm not sure.
I don't know really either, but many of the plants around here have been along much longer than we have, so they have to have seen or heard some shit.
Okay.
That will run you probably about, let's say, 600 gold. And then I have one other item. And she goes, now this one is going to run you a pretty penny. But who knows what you get out of it? And she pulls out this box that has like 14 different locks on it. She says, now, I have not been able to pick one of these locks. And I have tried a lot. I call this Bob Snopper's Mystery Box. Bob Snopper's Box for short. This, I, at this point, can't get anyone to buy, but I am willing to sell it to you, a discerning person that seems well-traveled and possibly able to own it, or open it. I will give it to you for 2,500 gold. Who knows what's in there? That's half the fun. All I know is that it does have a magical essence exuding from not only the box, but from inside. Whether that be a sword of gleaming light, like the one on your back, or nothing more than a bag of beans with some magic on them.
Hey, we're ever expanding business operations. Who knows? Magic beans might be it.
So, that is what I have now. If you're willing to put in some elbow grease, maybe you could find something in my new trove that I will maybe knock off a few dollars if you help me sift through it. And if you're a friend who buys at least 5 shirts.
Yeah, we'll get the 5 shirts. And what else do you need me to do?
She said if you wanted to go and help her sift through this, like, essentially like garbage sloop full of stuff to find something, she could, if you find anything of worth, she'll sell it to you for a discount.
Got it. Yeah, I can give you a hand. Why not? I'm intrigued by this box. I might get snake bitten, but I'm intrigued by the box.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. The shirts, for 5 shirts, it is 1 gold. Unless you want to go somewhere fancier to buy these shirts.
Do they all look like they're like frayed and like beaten up?
No, these are in immaculate condition. In fact, after she had said all of that shit about them being magical, you look at them for a second and like kind of pull on it, and like your fingers kind of tingle with that little warlock magic ability that you have. And you notice that there's a slight enchantment on here that allow them to look crisp as hell despite the amount of wear they get on the ocean.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy 5 shirts.
5 shirts.
I don't even know that I need 5. I don't need 5, but I'm buying 5.
Okay, you buy 5, and while
you're buying some for everybody else.
Maybe one for Shimmy. Yeah. I'm buying them for everybody because we're gonna have a bonfire.
Yeah, you write down what all 5 shirts look like.
I'm just gonna go look up from sick.
And you gotta pick who gets each one.
Yeah, you get to describe the shirts that these people get, and the thought of Carrick in a Hawaiian shirt and his big wizard hat is funny.
Just the glummest faced of all time.
That or the Hawaiian shirt over the plate mail.
I have pictured that. Yeah, if I got like an extra large and just put it over my armor.
Unbuttoned.
This looks totally normal.
Okay, so while you help dig through, make a perception or investigation check. The DC of the perception check is, or I would say a perception check. The higher you get on an investigation check will be better than what you get on a perception check. If that makes sense. So a 4. That's a bummer. Is there anything that you want to do to try to help yourself, or anything anyone else wants to do to help him? Because I just feel bad about that. But
I'll be real chatty, be really charismatic with dear Carissa.
Make a persuasion check, and if you beat a DC 12, you can have advantage. Okay, you can have advantage on your investigation, or you can do a perception check this time. I don't know if either of them matter.
It's one's a 0, one's a 1.
So they're the same.
Yeah. Why? There's 20 numbers on these dice. Why?
So with that, roll a D20 or D100, please. $26. Okay, with a 26, you find like this rotted leather sack, and inside of it, like it's like as you pick it up, 3 bottles drop down to the ground. As they do, make a dexterity saving throw as the 3 bottles drop. You catch all 3. You catch like 2 in your hands and then 1 on your foot. And then reach down and pick them up. There are 3 bottles. One of them is taller and looks gross as hell. Like all 3 of them like have grime and soot, and not soot, but muck from the ocean on it. All there, but as you like rub one out, like you see like a little toenail float by in it. And then the other 2 are much smaller vials. Rubbing them off, you can see that these you recognize as some potions of healing. So 2 potions of healing. And then the last one is a potion of some sort that was with other 2 magical potions. So you don't know what it is. Clarissa immediately looks at them, goes and grabs them. Now, what the... 400 gold. I don't know what they are, but 400 gold.
For all of them, including the potions of healing?
Yeah, for all 3.
How much is a potion of gold normally?
Potion of healing is 50 gold normally.
200.
Did you say 200 to her?
Yes.
You can make a persuasion check with disadvantage because of your awful previous rolls.
$11.
400.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll pass on those.
Okay, she just goes, okay, and just like throws them off into like the keep pile. She thanks you and says, so with that done, is there anything you would like to buy?
All right.
Would you like
well,
to do some plants?
what do you think, Felix? We ever gonna need to talk to a plant? What do you want?
I mean, we've never not needed to talk to a plant. It's never been an option.
I don't know.
So maybe, but I don't know if it's
Ever
worth paying
not
for.
needed to talk to a plant is a pretty funny statement.
I don't think we need it. But these we do need, and I do bring. I take the shirts that I brought and I throw them on the counter.
All right. I
Everyone
don't.
can see the shirts that they get.
You know, I don't foresee us needing to talk to any plants, but I do want to buy this mystery box. Oh, actually, first I kind of look at Felix. You or Carrot could get this open, right? What do you guys think?
We can figure it out. We've gotten boxes open before.
One way or another?
Just a random box, just for a shit ton.
Opened a box before.
Yeah. So what does my hard work and our wonderful shirt purchase get me on this box price wise?
For your help, I will knock off 100 gold from that box.
How much is this box?
Still very fair.
So, how much is this box?
It's a lot. I've already forgotten.
It was 2,500. 2,500. The charm for the speak with plants was another 400. I think that's what I said.
Yeah, that was 400. I remember that being 400.
Yeah, 400 and 2,500.
Now 2,400.
Or no, yes, now 2,400. So 2,800 for the whole lot. With that and the shirt, Felix could try to talk down prices, but Phil, your talking down prices is done. If you buy everything.
I'm gonna buy these shirts.
5 gold.
I know. They're not expensive. What is expensive is this box. And this charm that you want us to buy. And I tell you what, I'm willing to go halvesies with my friend here, but not for 2,800. How about 2,500 for all of it?
Yeah, make persuasion check.
Okay. Where's my thing? Persuasion. Did it come through? It did not come through. God damn it. Sorry. Trying. And now my character sheet is blank. Sick. Where are my dice? What do I have a plus on? I think I have a +6. Can someone open mine and see?
Yeah, 1 second. I'll do it. Do persuasion.
16. Plus, I don't remember what my persuasion is. I think it's +6 or something.
Yeah, your persuasion is +6, so 21.
22. 22.
Or 22, yeah. Yeah. You get that price.
Sick. Oh, there's a bit. Okay, well, it would have been 20. Came up.
20. Either way, you get it down to 2,500. You get your charm. You get your 2,505. She's not giving you a discount on the.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna deduct my. I'm doing halvesies, Phil.
All right.
These are some shitty AI images.
They're not AI. They're real things. They're real Google shopping.
No, I'm not looking at those. I'm looking at what
I'm posting.
Oh. Post them somewhere I can't see.
It's in the text channel on Discord.
Oh, weird.
How do you find that?
Oh, I'm in that activity. Hang on. Jesus.
Yeah, click
Oh.
above the voice channel, go to text channel on the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Did you Google this, or did you put it into an AI tool yourself?
That's where everyone. That's where I put everyone's. shirts.
Oh, I
Gets
see.
what shirt?
So it's in order. So,
Oh.
Dell gets the first one. Christopher gets the second one. Carrick gets the loudest, ugliest shirt.
And Felix gets the most like mute but cool shirt.
That's right. I mean, beggars can't be choosers.
Beggars can't be choosers. No one asked for this.
I know, that's why it's funny.
Yeah. Okay. With
We'll take
that,
care of this box at the hotel room wherever we decide to bed for the night.
yeah. Yeah, you guys go get your hotel. Are you staying nice or are you just staying normal down at the docks? Nice is gonna be 10 to 25 gold a night. Down the docks is 1.
Stay at the next place.
I want to go
I'm
by.
treating this like a vacation until we have to go do some shit. So let's stay at the nice place. How much?
I'm
did you say
going
it was?
I want to keep an eye out for what this whole slave trade is for the mining company. I'm just keeping an eye if there's anybody coming back, anybody like, yeah, just tagging people that this sounds wacky.
Okay, yeah, you can like hang out throughout the night and just kind of go around. Are you more watching or are you trying to talk to people?
I don't know, just keeping an eye out. Like, I'm curious about this whole thing. Does anybody come back? That's what I want to know.
So if you wanted to know about people coming back, you would maybe like go to one of the bars, like during the evening, guys are all just kind of having some downtime. You go stay at the nice place. So it'll be 25 gold for the night. That includes food. It includes a show by an amazing performer called the Ruby of the Sea. Also, yeah, food, drink, all good, fun stuff. This is where all the higher ups come to stay. Like, you guys don't totally fit in your rough and tumble looks, except for you have your Hawaiian shirt, so you look like super tourists. But after that, maybe Christopher goes down to the docks and just go across multiple docks. There's the Restless Wharf, which is not the place that you guys set out from, but it is where kind of a lot of other business comes through, and just kind of listening and talking around, having some drinks. Go ahead and make a perception check as you just kind of sit and try to hear. Yeah, so with a 14, you don't hear anything incriminating, but just kind of like a general, like, it's kind of crazy that they make them do those year-long contracts out there, and then hell, some of the people that come back there just look a little shell-shocked from whatever they see, and then when you ask them to talk about it, nothing comes out of their mouth. Kind of wild. Seems.
How many go in, go out, and how many come back in?
You go ahead and go talk to these guys that are talking about it.
Yeah.
And I don't totally know, sir. I know they are always asking for more people to come, so it seems like maybe it's a little bit more dangerous than they're letting on. But quite frankly, it's hard to know because when they get back, no one can talk about it.
Is anybody missing ears, eyes, arms?
Oh yeah, but it's fucking mine. I don't know if you've ever done that type of work, but that's not uncommon just on a normal day, let alone an island that used to make people forget everything.
Like how that's like literally what the death sentence was back in Rome, is just mining. Like they just
Go mine. It's
Go mine.
going to kill you.
You're fucked.
I like the flower lay just doesn't reach all the way back around. It just stops.
On Christopher.
And
Yeah.
and Felix just has John Ralphio hair.
That was my favorite one.
And the backgrounds help make it too. The backgrounds are pretty shit.
They're pretty shit. It looks like a fake background that they were taking a picture in front of. Like he's not even at the beach. He's like in front of just like a screen of a beach.
Yep. Yeah, so that's kind of what you get, is that it's, yeah, people do come back, but you don't really get a lot of how it was or anything like that because no one can talk about it.
I'm convinced in my suspicions.
Yeah. It is enough to be nefarious, but maybe not altogether illegal. Or it feels like bad business, not evil plot, is kind of what you get. Whether or not those are synonymous to you and your morals is up to you. Yeah, so that's your first day, and unless there's something else you guys want to do the second day, we can just fast forward to getting onto the boat.
We
I think,
definitely had a luau.
To go down to the beach on the night before.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think
Okay.
Thel would find a house of worship before he heads off to a untamed
Dino Land, Jurassic Park.
Just go into an island, Jurassic Park, but medieval times. Yeah, you can find there. The Platinum Dragon, Bahamut, isn't the most worshipped in this area, but there is a small platinum house that you can go and, spend time in prayer and, kind of help and kind of get yourself set. It's very, very modest, but upon your entry, there seems to be like a light up because they see someone of some sort of stature to come into this place. So kind of excited about it. Yeah. Is there anything specific you wanted, or just
Nah, just doing doing the right character things, just seeing if there's anything that shakes loose,
No, not in this regard. People are just, you see that, like, upon walking in, like, people take notice of you, where when you first were walking into these places, it was just like, oh, here's just another person coming in, whereas, like, even though you don't know these people, there seems to be some sort of, like, reverence for your acts and things that you have done. Like, kind of like you walk through the door, and although you don't notice it, like, there's almost like an unnatural light comes from behind you as you walk through. So makes you feel good in that regard, that you feel you're doing the right things, but no, like, epiphany or something like that. So you want to have a luau. So what are you doing for the luau?
I think we need to source some Well, how open is the beach here? Like, can we get Chris cook?
You'd have to go
Christopher
about a
cooking
mile.
some hog and
Yeah, you go a mile and a half south of the city, and it's just full open beach, like as you know, not as far as the eye can see, but full open beach for miles that you can just
I'm just gonna set it
post
up.
up on.
Bonfire, pig roast.
Okay, yeah, you get a suckling pig, you get an apple for its mouth, you get all
For
the
the four
spice
of us.
blend
I invite everybody I talk to.
for the luau on the beach to see off the four daddies. Do you guys have some like cheese to hand out? You use this as a business expense.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So with that, yeah, how does each person want to contribute to how successful and good this luau is?
I will absolutely help carry heavy things to and from said luau.
Okay, make a strength check. This is just like, I will say this is like setting up like a comfortable spot, like getting rocks out for people to sit on, things like that. You don't, it's just a check, so
Oh.
minus. I'll still
Minus
give you your
10?
19.
Yeah, 19.
Well, I mean, what's your plus 2 strength?
10 plus 10, so it would be 19. Yeah. Oh, plus 6.
Plus 6, so it'd be 25.
25.
Go.
Got it.
Yeah, so with the 25, yeah, you are shouldering like driftwood up, getting like just this perfect setup, getting all the wood set out there, like everything is looking good. You take care of all of that, so the people doing the other things don't have to worry. Like your other strong guy can focus on what I imagine would be cooking. Okay, that's you. Who's next? How do you make it awesome?
I'm burying a pig and
Okay.
cold.
Okay,
Yeah.
so easy enough. That's a cooking utensils check.
And I'm digging a pit, so I feel like this is a strength.
I'll give you constitution on this. This is cooking for a long time. This is to make sure you don't mess up and don't tire out.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Actually, that's better now.
Of course it is.
My dwarven belt, my dwarven luau skills are gonna determine this.
13. This is your first time you've ever done this. So it's a little foreign to you, but you get it going. The food's gonna be good. It's gonna be like those luau's that you have in Hawaii that are good, but it's more the spectacle of it than the actual necessary food. But you get all the sides are right. I would say everything comes out good. All the sides of that. The pig is just fine, but it's a spectacle and people are enjoying.
Which
Okay,
do we
who's
charge? Do we charge an entrance fee? Are we gonna make money off of this?
No. It's just for fun.
It's just for fun. It's the Four Daddies Luau.
It's a marketing ploy though. We are handing out business cards.
Business cards, and you have samples of your cheeses.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would imagine then that Felix is in charge of the marketing part of this, getting people.
Yeah, I just like hamming it up with people, you know.
Yeah, then this would be a persuasion check.
Sorry, I have to keep reopening my sheet because it's very annoying to have it open in front of the map, even though we're not using the map. Persuasion. Please don't be ass. Jesus. And now it's going to take forever again. Oh,
23. You have a wild amount of people coming here. In fact, while the Ruby of the Sea isn't going to come down and perform at this luau, you do get like a very like popular troupe that had been performing kind of as the opener for her the night before at the chateau, come down, and they're putting on music for this whole thing for you guys. So more people are coming than you maybe thought originally were, but everyone's schmoozing. Everyone loves the cheese and are like trying to. Some of the merchant guilds are saying like, maybe we'll send people up to Zadash sometime soon and see if we can start a little trade line between us. As long as we could be the exclusive buyers, we'll pay to be exclusive. Connecting businesses. What do you do, Carrick?
yeah.
I'm trying to decide in what way I would contribute to this, and I am struggling on the creativity bit of it.
We could like honestly, it would be very on brand for Carrick to just be sitting there on a rock, turned away from everyone with his arms crossed and pouting.
I mean that would be very on brand. I'd be okay with that.
With stolen library books. Just in the sand, just like sand getting in it, like a grease of pig. Just
Okie doke.
I do like the idea that he is still enjoying the food. It's just,
Yeah.
but everything else.
If you aren't going to contribute to this, I'll say you can try to fiddle with the 5 locks on the box.
Okay. Sure, I could do that. I have knock.
Okay, you can cast knock. What level do you cast lock at or knock at?
I mean, I can do whatever, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Level 6.
You cast a 6th level knock. Roll
Yeah.
an Arcana check as you cast it.
Also, it's gonna be loud as fuck. So like everyone's having this luau, and I'm just like
a bomb goes off over on the beach.
Make an Arcana check as you cast 6th level knock. 26. Okay, the DC was 20. You had to cast knock at over level 5 for this to have a possibility of working.
Nice.
You hit it, and quite frankly, as you said, like it's an explosion. This says 300 feet. People heard this, might have hear the echo of it on Rumblecusp. And as you do that, an explosion happens out of the ground as sand explodes everywhere. You're in a crater about 4 feet deep and surrounded by sand. And as you look at it, one of the little locks just goes. Tick.
One of them.
One of them.
Okay.
I'm retroactively using this hole as my pig pit.
This is the beginning of the day, and this is the pig pit that was dug. And I'll say with a 26, what you notice is that each one of these locks, like, seems to be bound differently. So you aren't totally sure if just casting knock each time is going to do it. It might be something has to be muscled, something has to be finessed, something has to be different things. So you think that it might take the whole group's skills to open this. So, yeah, you guys have a phenomenal luau.
I would pass that information on to the group, so
Yeah,
they're aware.
That's something. It's not going to be just as easy as do this 5 times.
Yeah.
We'll actually say, since there are 4 of you, there are 4 locks, and one of them is gone now.
Or there were 5 and he blew off 2.
Yes, he blew off. The first one was just a fake lock that actually, when it blew away, you realized it was just like a piece of art on it that just disintegrated. So,
Added it on there to seem more mysterious.
Yeah.
I've floor than floor.
So now you guys have your luau, but you need to get down to the ship all packed up the next day. Luau goes great. You guys just sleep on the beach. Just have a good old bonfire. Shimmy
We have no
comes
enemies
over.
down here.
What?
I give Shimmy the extra. So we have no enemies at this point down here. I do give Shimmy the extra shirt as a sign of good faith
Okay.
of our business partnership.
I still sleep in a tiny hut.
Yeah, everyone else is sleeping under the sun or under the moonlight in this beautiful 78-degree weather at all times. You guys have a good last day before you head out to sea. The next morning you head up to the quay. And get on your boat, which we called Carolina's Reef. It seems to be going through its final checks as you get there and are welcomed aboard by a man who kind of nods to you. He has this bluish, pale blue skin, long black hair that's kind of got a few streaks of gray in it. It's kind of held together in a loose braid behind his back, like a very much like a pencil thin curling mustache. He goes, "Oh, Captain Bouchard at your service. Welcome aboard the Carolina's Reef. It'll be a pleasure taking you down to Rumble Cusp. Go find your quarters. I'll be up here, navigating us safely."
Nice to meet you, Captain.
Says, as you go down, you'll meet my first mate, Jonathan, who will give you kind of the rundown. As you are guests on this ship, we are not a leisure vessel. We just happen to be transporting you, so please stay out of our way as we work and ensure that we move about these lines safely. There is danger out on these waters. This is not a typical trade line as of yet. Some of the water is free and open to pirates and the denizens of the deep that wish to do harm. But don't worry, you're on my ship. Captain Bouchard will get you there safe. You guys are taken down and kind of give them that same spiel. We'll move to the ship. I got a ship map. Oh. There it is. This one. This one. You all see? No? Probably not?
Yeah.
Yep.
I can see.
Okay. So yeah, those are the 4 levels of the ship.
Or okay.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me just put you guys on there at least. Boink. And boink. And oh, that's not what I want. Boink. And boink. Yeah, so you guys are all on this boat. What you do notice around is about it's pretty easy to delineate the crew versus the people that are going on vacation. So probably about 10 to 15 crew, and then maybe another 10 to 15 other people, including yourselves, that are on this boat for seemingly pleasure. So, yeah, you guys can go down, pick out your your hammocks. You can see like that is everything is just hammocks. Most of you will all be relegated to the very bottom floor with the cargo.
Oh, what did I just click into? What about these bigger ones with chests?
That's for the people that work here.
All right,
You
fine.
are, for all intents and purposes, cargo on this ship. So, but you're able to get your rooms all kind of situated, and they say we will be shoving off into the wild blue yonder here in an hour or so. So you can walk about the boat. Everything is open to you. There, like if you kind of like explore, there is a galley, there is a kitchen, there's all of that stuff. They ask you not to climb the rigging or any of that, and to just truly just stay out of the people's working way unless you have some sailing knowledge and can help. They will take it, but
Does this
otherwise
thing
it's
have
more...
cannons?
It does not. It is a merchant vessel. It is built more to outrun or outpace than alternate. You would notice it doesn't have cannons. However, on the top it does have 4 large ballista. So you can shoot very long, like 8-foot harpoons, but no specific cannonry.
Yes. Typical castle defenses. I know these well.
What is it? What is a boat but a castle on the water? Yeah, so it's going to take. They kind of, as people are shoving up, Captain Pichard brings everyone up and kind of like gives the rah 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 spiel as you go out to water, and says it'll be 3 to 5 days before we get to Rumble Cusp. So, for those of you without your sea legs, maybe stay up here so that you don't have to clean up your own sick as you puke. But the waters out there are wild, so be ready for anything. And if danger is not something you seek, just stay down below. Thank you. And he rings a bell, and with that, you guys are off. Shimmies kind of just posted up, sitting on a barrel on the top of the deck with his hat still like draped down, legs up, just kind of relaxing against this. Seems like he's probably done this quite a few times. And yeah, so you are ready. You are now embarking on your 3 to 5 day trek. And with that, I would like someone to roll 1d6 for your first day of travel.
Do we have to roll any DCs to see if we're seasick? Since you can't really plan or control that.
Let's roll this first to see how rough the water is to set the DC.
D6, you said?
3.
Okay, yeah, 3. Perfect. Right in the middle. Okay.
Yep, 3.
Also, I probably would have Owl with me at this point.
Okay, so you get Owl with you.
Mhm.
Here, I'll put him on the board. Do you have Steven with you on the boat?
Yes, no, Steve is wherever he goes when he's not of this realm.
Okay, you guys are out to sea. And it's a relatively smooth day of sailing. So I will have everyone make a Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
DC of 11.
Nice.
Unshakable.
I've been
Carrick,
vomiting over the side.
and with failing by that much, you are going to be considered poisoned for the rest of the day.
Aw.
This is my first time on a boat.
This is your
I
this
do
is
not
your
like
first-
it.
This is not your favorite. The rest of you, Thel, you're hanging on by a thread. Like you definitely like have to like bear down. Like you are spending most of your time sitting, not standing, not moving, and just have to concentrate very hard. Carrick, you are like. I like to think Carrick. This is the one time you've seen joy in Carrick's face as he's just like hanging on with the wind in his hair.
He's
his
just full
Hawaiian shirt billowing open.
full Jack Sparrow. He's just running around the top deck, just living his best life.
Yeah. And Christopher, you're somewhere in between that.
Where does one fish from a boat? Is it like off the side or off the back?
You would probably be told to
To what?
fish off of the back.
The back.
Yeah.
I want to
So
make my way there. I'm gonna be
fishing gear. Fishing gear costs money. How much does fishing gear cost? One gold.
yeah. I feel like I'd buy one off a fisherman there for like way more.
Yeah.
Or something. Just like 5 gold or something. Yeah.
Give him money. Like, I need this now. I forgot.
Like magic bait or something, he tells me. Is like,
We're literally walking down the dock to get on the boat, and you just snatch a fishing reel out of some guy's hands off of the dock and throw money at him. Say sorry.
just like hit him in the eye with a couple like gold pieces, like partially blind.
And he just looks at it and he just shrugs and then goes and leaves. Yeah, so if you want, you're fishing, you aren't having the best time, but you are surviving. Make a fishing tools check.
What's that?
Just make a dexterity check, I'm gonna say.
Survival
Yeah, make a survival check to see how good you are at fishing.
or animal handling. 'Cause technically, you have to wrangle a fish. That's kind of like animal handling.
They're both the same. So
You are handling an animal.
A 12. You get some little bites and you catch a fish, but it's nothing. It is.
catch some bait.
Yeah, you're just fishing. You're just killing time at this point. Nothing like you won't even want to cook this. This is.
I'm making.
This is-
I've got some vegetarian fishing going on. I've got like some kelp. And
Yes, that's you. That's actually what you catch. You catch a shit ton of kelp.
I'm rolling it into what's it called? I don't know. The seaweed stuff that you make sushi out of. Sushi rolls.
Nori.
No, there it is. Yeah, nori.
Yeah, so you're starting to dry out some seaweed.
Yep.
Okay. Get a nice salt on it. Yeah, with that, as the day goes by and you're either puking your guts out or enjoying yourselves, a heavy fog does lay in and you just hear the captain goes, looks like it's going to be one of those trips. And he
Fuck does that mean?
one of the ones that just might take longer than normal. All eyes on deck. Please help navigate. We don't want to get turned around. So you guys are in a dense fog. There is a potential for a loss of time on this trip unless you guys can help steer the boat to not get off course.
I can't do shit.
What do we roll for that?
I'm
Two
incapacitated.
things, you just have disadvantage on it.
I'm sick.
So you just have to come up with a way to help.
Oh,
Feel like I could, after the fact, have an excellent something for maps. Or is that Wander or something? So I feel like after the fact I could align us, but not before.
So we'll say that will be the roll that we'll make at the end. Anything else anyone else wants to do to affect that DC?
Can I use gust of wind to try to blow the fog out of the way?
Yes, you can. Does gust of wind last for an amount of time?
Up to a minute, so not long.
So I would say you would probably need to expend 5
Several,
uses of
yeah.
that.
Expend what?
5 uses of that
Okay.
to have it make a difference.
Okay. Can try that.
Okay. So that will lower the DC. Like you start gusting this wind and it's separating the fog, and in one case like it breaks apart the fog just long enough to see the stars, and the captain's able to like take a peek and just like go based off of that and just go, okay, I have some semblance of knowing where I'm going. Okay, next. Anything you want to do, Fel, or
I'm going to just straight forward off the nose of my boat. Just shoot voltage just straight out into the fog and see if it does anything.
It looks really cool. I don't know what that
It's
would
the
do.
coolest lightning show of all time.
I don't know if lightning would dissipate a fog or not. You know, it's magical weaponry. I just figured I'd give it a try.
Let's say make a charisma check, because it might bolster the mood of people on board.
What's St. Elmo's fire? Isn't that supposed to be lucky for sailors? Like just anecdotally, have you heard of that? So it's literally like when glowing lightning almost strikes the mast. So like the only people that have ever survived lightning hitting have seen the lightning glowing that doesn't actually strike the mast. So like it's actually you're about to get struck by lightning and you die, but it's like a confirmation bias. So it's
Yes, it is. Yes, sailors often consider St. Elmo's fire to be a good omen and a sign of good luck, typically because it came near the end of storms. So with your 15 and Chris Chapman's just knowledge about sailor superstitions, we'll say that is effective. Anything from the sick boy?
I don't know that there's much I can really do with the fog. I'm puking over the edge.
You're
I'm
puking.
trying to get rid of my poison. How about that?
You are staying well enough away, and that in itself is helping. Okay, I will say, Christopher, go ahead and make a survival check. With the help of the other things, the DC is down to 9.
there's like vomit in the water that's just like bringing fish in there.
Not only do you not lose time, you actually gain half a day through this fog because people are just jazzed. They're like, we can't lose. Like, look at these 4 yahoos that are just coming up here doing wild shit to help us out. And that will bring us to the next day. At this point, you probably have 2 days left. Without gaining
do we get a long rest worth of sleep? Or
yes.
Okay.
I would say yes, you do get a long rest worth of sleep. Well, actually, before we say you get that long rest worth of sleep, roll your next d6.
Oh.
Yep, you guys get your nights of sleep. And the next day, the fog dissipates and it is smooth sailing. I'd say all of you that made your major seasickness rolls last time are fine. Felix, you got to now beat, since it's smooth sailing, a DC 8 Constitution saving throw.
Let's see if I can. DC 8 Constitution.
Hey, look at that! You made it.
Hallelujah.
You are no longer sick and now get to enjoy the fresh sea air. Hear the birds calling out in the middle of the ocean. Birds aren't out in the middle of the ocean, are they?
Sometimes seagulls are randomly out in the ocean.
Yeah, also, there are certain birds that actually will spend entire seasons out in the open ocean. So it's possible.
I do not know ocean facts.
Yeah, what is it? What's the funky looking penguin situation in Scotland that I saw?
No idea what the funky looking penguin situation
Not an
is.
actual penguin, but it's like the derpiest looking bird. Anyway, they spend months out at sea.
Okay.
Yeah, Felix, you join Christopher and I just standing on the deck, just staring at Carrick, just bewildered by his like pure exuberance and joy.
Can I say that on this second day I am below in the quarters? Well, do these quarters lock? Do they not have doors? They don't look like they have doors that shut.
They have doors.
Find a place that you could lock.
Oh, those don't have doors.
I
There's
just
the
wanna see what I
shitter.
can do with this.
You want to sit on the toilet? There's a door on that.
Yeah, sure. Why not? And then see if I can finagle one of these locks on the box.
Okay. You just gonna go straight old school lock picking?
Old school lock picking.
Anything you want to do to set yourself up?
Any detect magic to see which one is magical?
Yeah,
I think
if someone wants to
I
do
think
that.
you would have already been told what those are by figuring it out. I'd imagine that would not be something that Carrick would hold to himself.
Yeah.
I would like to be in a spot where I can take my time and give myself enough time without interruption.
Okay. For that, let's say make a stealth roll. See how well you can find privacy here. Because it is a pretty packed boat.
Someday, roll 20 will work quickly. This one 20. 13.
13 plus your stealth.
No, 13 total. No, 14 total. Sorry, 3 plus.
Hey, I'll give you your 28 that showed up.
I don't know why it's so slow.
It's weird that it's so slow. Yeah, so with the 28, you actually sneak into the captain's quarters.
Right.
And you have all the time in the world, so I will let you roll with advantage on lockpicking this thing.
Do you let
DC
anybody else know? Like, is anybody else with you? Do we come hang out, or you just by yourself?
I mean, I tell you that I'm gonna go look for a place to open the box, but that's up to you guys. Carrick, I think he's kind of doing his own thing. So
I am invested in the box, both financially and spiritually.
Yeah, I definitely told you. I definitely told you.
Like
Okay.
I've done my part. I'm not even like.
All right, so thieves' tools. Dexterity, submit. And you said with advantage or no advantage?
With advantage.
With advantage.
24. 24 makes it. The DC of 22.
Oof.
So it takes you a while. And part of that stealth roll was Carrick it was about time for the captain to take his break and go get some sleep, so he'll be able to charter through the night. but Thel with his just stood there and asked questions long enough for you to he knew what was going on and that you needed the silence. So with the assist, you're able to do it, and the lock unclicks. And after that lock unclicks, which is very weird because it wasn't like normally like if you have an intricate lock, it's bigger or that. This just looked like a plain iron lock, but the more you like went in with your thieves tools, like you got down to like barely holding the tips of them is how deep this lock went inside of it. And but you're able to click it open, and after that it is non-functional anymore. The lock is stuck open now for probably ever. But two of the locks are undone.
Sick.
And that will solve end of day 2. You all have wobbly 1 day left on your journey. Roll that last d6. Two. Okay. Couple things happen at 2. It is the middle of the night, early morning, as you all are down at the bottom of this boat, which I don't know if the bottom of the boat would feel the waves more or less than the top. How do boats work?
I feel like the up down would be the same, but the side to side would be worse at the top. So it depends on exactly what kind of waves we're getting.
If you've ever ridden Megabus, that's totally the case. Where you have the double decker, don't stand on the top if you're car sick.
Sure. Okay. You guys do definitely start feeling the water start to churn. Like as if the water is getting much rougher outside. And as you hear that, kind of like all of you aren't having a good night's sleep, and from above you now hear a ding 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 and shouts of man overboard. And someone has gone overboard. Do you rush up to help?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yep. As you're rushing up, you're feeling the waves. The waves are jostling you, but then you also feel like a more hardened thump against the side of the hull, and the entire boat almost like lurches and shakes as this thump happens. And then, second later, as you're looking out, you see the person flailing, and people trying to get a rope out far enough to them to try to catch them. The captain is having them drop the sails, or not drop sails, make it so the sails aren't pushing them anymore, to try to slow down a bit to try to catch this person and not leave them behind. And then you feel from the other side of the boat another thump against the hull. And as you get up, it's the dead of night. There is a pretty rockin' storm with rain, and it's dark. Small bits of lightning are happening way off in the distance, but there are lanterns up so you can kind of see. And peering off into the ocean, you see very large, darker pieces of water. One rapidly approaching this poor dude in the water. And 1 second. Doop 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 doop. Doop doop. And there. You don't quite know what it is, but it is a Where is the go-to person? Oops. This guy's flapping in the water as a very large shadow's coming very close to him, and in one fell swoop you see a finned creature jump out, and let's see, does this guy survive being attacked by the giant shark? I don't think so. That's only a 12. What is this guy's AC? This guy's AC is 11. So he takes... Why can't you do the damage too? Son of a gun. He takes 27 points of damage, and his entire right-hand side of his body is ripped apart, and he is immediately dead. Floating blood in the ocean. And with that, is everyone up on deck at this point?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Everybody roll initiative. As a streak of purple energy flies towards you, Carrick, up on the bow of the ship.
I got a critical failure with a 12, and less than that, I'm not a critical failure. I don't understand.
How does that work?
I'm gonna say glitch. That's weird.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it's he rolls 2d20s plus
Yes,
2.14.
Oh no, the one is...
So one is a 1, the other is a 10.
Yeah.
Actually, that should be 13.14 though, so that doesn't make any sense.
Nothing about his thing quite makes sense.
If it's 10 is a 1, that would make sense.
It's just wrong, is what it is. Or the macro for that isn't correct.
Ignore it. Yeah.
I didn't open the turn tracker. No one's turns are going to be there.
They're
They're
there.
there.
They're there. Holy moly. I will give you your 12.14. Okay, the drow is there. Everyone else appears suddenly. But just for me. Okay, so it should be the 5, the 11, the 21. This guy now becomes 12. And then he goes away, goes away. Okay, let's sort. Since it is just about 2, we won't roll the other guys, but what you do not see until it hits you in the back, Carrick, is you take 10 points of force damage as a laser hits you in the back. Not a laser, but a beam of force hits you in the back from something you did not see at all before as it comes up over the railing. 1 second.
With laser beams on their heads?
Yes, these are sharks with laser beams on their heads to cook their food, because I believe everyone should have a warm meal. Let me just put these guys on.
You were able to keep your no tone inflection as you recited that entire line.
What?
The way you just kept your tone inflection just so normal and matter of fact, despite the fact that you were quoting one of just the most absurd things.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They're gremlins.
Fucking
They are. You
Jurassic
guys would have
Park
no
shit.
fucking clue what these things would be called. So they climbing up over the banisters. This one here shooting a beam into poor Carrick, whose good time is suddenly being ruined. And that is where we will leave off. Those sharks are so big. So, very good. We'll start back up with a sea battle
Sick.
against. I can't even pronounce what these are actually called. Sahuagin. Sahagwin?
So Queen. Sahagween. I don't know.
Sahagwin?
Sahagween.
I don't.
Gremlins. They're sea gremlins.
They're sea gerblins. Yep.
Looks like they're wearing tutus.
Especially this one here on the right. It's a sea gremlina.
I don't know if they're just a 5e thing or if they're like something from actual mythology. They are sea gremlins, but a little bit scarier because they have shark telepathy. Specifically, shark telepathy is one of their skills. They can control sharks with their brains.
Man.
Alright,
Well,
stay
good. That was fun.
on the ship. Stay on the ship. Stay on the ship.
Ship. Yes, that is probably rule number 1. Stay on the ship. Well, if we want to look for our next game time,